What's happening? What's happening? Salute to all you guys. Salute to all you guys, man. Yeah, man, that's my bad. My bad. Tonight didn't go the way as I was expecting. Salute to everybody out there. Everybody out there.
Wanted on murder charges in Memphis are captured by police in a suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. Warrants were issued for Martavius Jenkins and LaCameron Jenkins on charges of first-degree murder. They were taken into custody at a home in Marietta. Police say they were involved in a shooting last month on Cleaford in Frazier. 2 people were killed and a third person was left in critical condition. These 2 also face 8 charges of attempted murder. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects wanted in connection to the murders of Lorenzo Cross and Malik Merriweather. If you know.
Yo. Them dudes killed Lorenzo Cross and Malik Merriweather. These 2 dudes, think about it, man. The white man will go hunt you down for killing these 2 niggas. And then the white man got to hear about racism and shit. The white man got to hear about how racist he is all the fucking time. He hunts you down for in another state for killing these 2 geeky looking motherfuckers. These 2 goddamn tribal looking motherfuckers who probably been killing and shooting up the fucking town for years. You can't even kill these 2 niggas. White man to find your ass in Atlanta, Georgia from Memphis. Then got hear about how racist he is. How he don't care about niggas and how niggas and niggas and niggas and wah. I swear, man. I swear. You niggas, man. You niggas are pestilence, man. Straight up pestilence, man. You niggas are straight up pestilence, man. I'm talking about rats, vermin. This white man that's so racist and hates you so much. And the white man, and the white man, and the white man. And I didn't do nothing, and da 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 da. I didn't do nothing. They lock you up for killing these two niggas. Hey, if I'm white, man, I'm not locking you up for killing these niggas. I'm not locking you up for killing these niggas. I'm sending you a motherfucking of goddamn carrot cake, some roses and a balloon for killing these two niggas. If I'm really racist, if I was the white man and I was really racist, get these niggas the fuck out of here, man.
Wanted on murder charges in Memphis are captured by police in a suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. Warrants were issued for Martavius Jenkins and LaCameron Jenkins on charges of first-degree murder. They were taken into custody at a home in Marietta. Police say they were involved in a shooting last month on Cleoford in Frazier. 2 people were killed and a third person was left in critical condition. These 2 also face 8 charges of attempted murder. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects wanted in connection to the murders of Lorenzo Cross and Malik Merriweather. If you know where they are, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Hey.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. Niggas are the worst. Niggas are the worst on the planet. If I was white people, I would kick all you niggas out, man. Shout out to D from Boston. He said, salute, Ock. Please check your email. Sons in Memphis are demanding vigilante justice. All right, I'm going to check it. Nick Colati, man. He said, just another day under the sun.
Well, Dallas police believe it was an innocent man who was killed while sleeping in his apartment. At this point, no one else is in custody. Fox 4's Alex Boyer has the latest on this case from Dallas Police Headquarters. Alex?
Hey, Hannah, and I can tell you that Dallas police sources tell me that the male victim was the unintended target. I talked to a friend of the victim off camera. She tells me that the couple is from Venezuela, and she says the wife woke up this morning to find her husband dead in the bed beside her. Now, the deadly shooting happened early this morning at an apartment complex located in West Oak Cliff, just off Keys Boulevard. When Dallas police officers arrived on scene, they found dozens of bullet holes in the side of the first floor apartment, which sources say was the intended target. Through the open door, we were able to see several bullet holes in the interior wall and a sofa. No one was inside that unit and no one was injured there, but at least one stray bullet went up into a second floor apartment, fatally striking the man who was asleep with his wife. I talked to a resident who said he was awakened by the gunfire.
Once you find out that somebody's actually got shot, it's kind of heartbreaking.
Jose and Maria, man, from Venezuela, man. You got dodge ice and you got dodge bullets. Yo, niggas are pestilence, man. They're pests. Niggas are pests. Niggas and flies. Niggas and flies. The more I hang around niggas, the more I like flies. Niggas and flies. Niggas and flies. The more I hang around niggas, the more I like flies. Shout out to Nick Colati. Boy Kachina says biblical.
Fire.
Once you find out that somebody's actually got shot, it's kind of heartbreaking, you know what I'm saying? And it's kids that play around here all the time. You see there's a bike right there. Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of sad. Think about the wife's family and think about the wife just waking up and just next to a, you know, dead body. Like, it's crazy.
How do you feel living here, just kind of knowing that, especially knowing that a random shot killed somebody?
I was just going to say that. And then the people on the loose, you know what I'm saying? It's really safety of the community, you know what I'm saying?
And the victim's wife is staying with friends. Her friends tell me that she was too afraid to return to the apartment complex. That first floor unit has been boarded up. And we're told that detectives are searching for 2 suspects. No description has been released. Of course, anyone with
no description necessary. 2 goddamn ethnic, tribal, drawn, featured, black, tarantula dread looking motherfuckers, man. That's all you need to know, man. 2 motherfuckers that look like, when you find them, they look like, yeah, they did that shit.
information, asked to contact Dallas police. Hannah.
Hopefully they find whoever's responsible for that. Alex, thank you. Well, former Gateway Church leader Robert Morris made his...
Jesus, I'm on a bosha. Fara mambata. And the Lord said, well, I'll be Fox 4.
Anyone with information asked to contact Dallas police. Hannah.
Hopefully they find whoever's responsible for that. Alex, thank you. Well, former Gateway...
Hannah. Hannah. Yeah. Hannah like the... Hannah going places, man. Hannah going places, man.
Church leader Robert Morris made his first appearance in court on child sex abuse charges. Morris entered the courthouse in Osage County, Oklahoma this morning. He was indicted in March on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child. Those charges stem from incidents starting...
This motherfucker, man. Another goddamn preacher. Another goddamn preacher. Fucking with little kids and shit. And you know he did it, man. Listen, you know he did it. Whenever a preacher or a priest get accused of that shit, you know they did it. You know they did it. It's 100% they did that shit.
Force entered the courthouse in Osage County, Oklahoma this morning. He was indicted in March on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child. Those charges stem from incidents starting back in the 80s when the victim was just 12 years old. His accuser, Cindy Clemshire, was also in court. She came forward with the allegations last year, leading to Morris's resignation.
He did it. If that's what she looked like now, he did that shit back in the 80s. Press 1. He did that shit. Hell yeah, he did that shit.
From Gateway Church.
Just so you know, Kate had a baby and a dad.
At 4.
First at 4, new information about the South Memphis shooting that put a school on lockdown and left several people nearby without power. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. Police now say Thursday shooting near Riverview Middle School may have been over a stolen car. WREG's Quimitra Wilborn breaks down what happened.
It's a slow start to the morning for people living in the area of Motter Avenue and Castec Street in South Memphis. People living in the area who did not want to be identified say this is how they prefer their mornings instead of the chaos that ensued the day before.
And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. In the neighborhood, these kids is just out of control.
New details have been released regarding Thursday afternoon's shooting.
But if they steal a car and they take the police on the chase and they hop out the car with the gun and they running with the gun in their hand and the police shoot them, we're gonna lose hell. We're gonna lose our head too. We're gonna chimp out over that too. Niggas are awful. This woman right here should be bringing a fucking batch of brownies down to the fucking police precinct.
And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. In the neighborhood, these kids is just out of control.
New details have been released regarding Thursday afternoon's shooting. According to Memphis police, this stolen red Hyundai Sonata is at the center of the investigation. A police report says the victim was driving the stolen vehicle when the car owner found him. The owner allegedly pulled up in a gray van, stopped in front of the stolen car, and started walking towards the victim. The victim admits he tried to back up, but that's when the owner opened fire. The victim hopped out of the car and ran away. No one was injured, and the owner of the car fled the scene.
Man, get a hand on y'all kids because they don't have any money. So they robbing, they stealing, they doing all this game banging stuff. And this right here has got to stop.
The
They don't have any money. I don't fuck how much money they got. That ain't no excuse for what the fuck they doing. And they ain't doing that shit for money. They doing that shit for the love. They love doing that shit. They love this shit, man. Yeah, stop acting like you don't know who the fuck you talking to. Them little fucking niggas love this shit, man. Little fucking gangbangers, they love this shit. They love being feared and shit. And they love being known as shooters and shit. They love that shit. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't know who the hell she thinks she talking to. Come on, Mom. Come on, Mom. Stop this stuff, man. Them little gangbangers, they love being known as shooters. That's their identity. They love taking lives. They love knowing that they got bodies and shit, hats, whatever they call it. Big Larry in the building, man. Yeah, act like they doing this shit because they ain't got no money. Like we need to fucking have a goddamn federal allowance for little fucking black kids. Even if you did that shit, even if you had a federal allowance where you fucking gave every little fucking at-risk youth fucking $100 a week, that wouldn't be enough. They'd be like, that wouldn't be enough. You gave every little at-risk youth $200 a week. That wouldn't be enough. They would still commit crime because they love crime.
It's got to stop.
The shooting happened just blocks away from Riverview Middle School during dismissal, just as dozens of children and parents were preparing to flood the area.
It started at home. You got to teach your kids not to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Get them involved in churches. Get them involved in different things.
As for the victim, he tells police he did not know the car was stolen because his friends allegedly approached him with the vehicle. Reporting for your news leader from South Memphis, Kwame Wilborn, WREG News, Channel 3.
His little fucking broke ass, dusty ass, busted ass little fucking friends rolled up with a car that he didn't know it was stolen.
On top of that, many in Memphis are continuing to react to the not guilty verdicts in the death of Tyre Nichols. And tonight, the most shocking reaction of all, wanted posters, disturbing calls for vigilante justice for the 3 former police officers who were acquitted in Tyre's death. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. The posters are located on light poles in Cooper Young. WREG's Raven Copeland has reaction to the verdicts and the message for the city during this time.
We have gotten so much injustice from this city.
Say that.
That is ridiculous.
Say that.
My son was murdered.
That's right.
By 5 Memphis police
That's
officers.
Right. Murder.
He was murdered.
Murder.
And 3 of them got off.
There are people in the Memphis community who share some of the same emotions that Tyre Nichols' family is carrying. Some are more vocal than others. Wanted posters in Cooper Young say the 3 former officers are wanted dead or unalive for Nichols' deadly police beating.
I don't condone those posters at all. I haven't seen them. You see them? Okay, I haven't seen those posters. I don't condone.
This clown, man. All right, you already got elected, man. You can fucking cut the damn afro now, man. The afro got you. Was a good goddamn costume and shit. Got you elected, nigga. Now do something with that shit, nigga.
The posting of those posters, what I do understand is a deep hurt and agony and pain for people in this city right now.
Representative Justin Pierce.
Nigga, do you see what's been going on in this city? And you think the hurt and agony and pain is because some goddamn nigga from Sacramento who nobody fucking knew was staying with his mother for like a year, got killed by the cops? You think people in the city give a fuck about that? It's just you troublemaking activists stirring up trouble. Nobody in fucking Memphis give a fuck about no Tyree Nichols. That nigga ain't from such and such street. He ain't from such and such. He ain't from goddamn such and such block. Them niggas in Memphis don't know his ass. His skateboarding ass. Them fucking baby mamas and boom sheikas in Memphis wasn't checking for Tyree Nichols. They don't give a fuck about no Tyree Nichols. It's you goddamn activists stirring up trouble. Y'all only motherfuckers care about him. Using him to stir up trouble.
Yo, what's up, King?
Encourage.
What's happening, man?
Yo, Og, man, let's be honest. They could give these clowns a blank check. It wouldn't do shit.
They would still get called racist.
You would pretty much be setting them up for failure. You give them all that money, they're gonna fuck up.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Buying guns, robbing each other, tricking. They're all gonna be tricking on these little funky ass bitches. These little funky ass hoes gonna get tricked on. Eyelashes and hair and all that shit gonna be.
They're gonna spend money on everything but their kids.
Exactly. Everything. Because you know black people what they buy what they beg for what they beg for what they need. They buy what they what is it? What do black people? It's something.
Research first, Zach, before you say.
I'm trying. No.
It's probably something like they beg for what they want and they buy what they don't need.
Yeah. They buy what they want and then they beg for what they need. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because so if you get them a blank check, they're not gonna buy the things that they need. They'll blow it on a bunch of trinkets, and
they buy from the racist fashion houses.
A bunch of liquor, drugs, stupid shit. You know they gotta get them J's. Not to be like, you know how like I guess it's racist to say that, but being honest, you know they gotta buy Jordans.
But it's not racist to say that.
You know what Jordan would do if this happened? If there was a federal allowance given the fucking little fuck, Jordan would secretly raise the price of his shoes. Everyone would do that. Every like fucking goddamn fashion that the Sun men wear, the Louis, the Gucci, and all that shit, they would raise their prices secretly. You know what I'm saying? Probably like 20-30% because they know, oh shit, these niggas about to give. So let's just raise our prices just a little bit, mark everything up. This niggas is about to the makers of Dodge Chargers, they would mark the Dodge Chargers up.
The Hellcats, SRTs, RTs, all that stupid shit.
All that shit would get marked up. Like, oh shit, these niggas got some money now. Oh shit, mark that shit up.
Glock would definitely put this price.
Oh yeah.
Encourages the community to express their emotions, but he advises them to do it in a non-violent way. However, he also voiced his disappointment over Wednesday's verdict.
And for someone to see those videos of Tyree Nichols being beaten to death by these officers and to come back with not guilty, like that does something.
The verdict in Nichols's death.
And this is what I want to say. These goddamn apes are going around blaming the all-white jury, right? The white jury is there in their crosshairs now. That's all they talking about. It was a white jury. Listen here, ape. goddamn low impulse control, fucking retarded fucking ape. Let me tell you this, man. If a bunch of racist white people got this case of Tyree Nichols, you already got one nigga, Tyree Nichols, who's dead as a doorknob. Deader than a fucking doorknob. Now that you done served this white jury up 3 more officers, 3 more niggas. Hey, white jury, all white jury, we serving you up 3 more niggas. 3 more niggas. And we want you to send these niggas up the river, basically ending their lives. And the white jury analyzed the evidence, deliberated for hours, and came back with a not guilty verdict. And they're still being called racist. When they could have just said, you know what? Let's make this a 4-pack. The one nigga already dead as a doorknob. These 3 other niggas that they just served this up, let's fucking fillet these niggas too. Let's cook these niggas too. And we get rid of 4 niggas. Our white jury asses get rid of 4 niggas in one. But no, these white people analyzed the evidence, deliberated.
You know,
and all niggas do since that happened is call white people, call them fucking racist, and say they don't care about black people.
Right. You know, I know what I saw. All I saw was a bunch of black cops with black guns and a black baton beat this somewhere to death. That's what I saw. I don't know what you saw. They beat that boy to death. Chief, for what? What they had? What? Them strong words were big as fuck. They were big as shit, and they beat him with the baton. Chief, come on now. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Why would the white people let 3 black people off when they could send them up the river? And remember, these white jurors are racist, right? They're all racist. They get a chance to send 3 black men up the river.
Yeah, I feel you.
Why would they let them off? Why would the 3 racists let them off? And now we got nothing. All we did was let 3 niggas off because the one niggas was already dead. Tyree's already dead as a doorknob. Why would we let him off? Why would we let the 3 niggas that did it off if we racist?
Right, no, I'm 110% with you on that. What I'm saying, all I'm saying is, if they don't get hit federally, it will be a travesty. It'll be a fucking travesty, man. You saw that video? Let's keep it a buck.
I don't care. He shouldn't have been fucking resisting.
Resisting, dumb motherfuckers. It was 5 big ass niggas. Big
I
as
don't
fuck
care.
at that.
Yeah, but as Ag said yesterday, that they had already been chasing him.
Yeah,
Hadn't they? So they boxed him in, so he had already run away and not stopped.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care either.
Care. I don't give a fuck.
And also, I think if you're going to have some police officers, they do need to be big as fuck. So
yeah, big as
like
fuck.
You don't exactly want scrawny ones, do you?
So they could beat these some man with their batons to them. You not
no
wrong.
issue.
Let me see. Let's see.
Can you go back? You had it. It's the woman. It's the police detective who said that you're the father. It's a son care worker who impregnated a disabled woman in the care facility. So she turned up pregnant in a medical test, and they were trying to test all the male workers, and then found out that he did it. It's just very interesting, kind of his denial, his reaction. Interesting, but not surprising. It's you had clicked on it before this story.
Oh no.
I'll try and find the link.
All right.
Yeah.
Yo, that story you did a second ago,
First at 10, parts of
with the sleeping husband. Jesus Christ, man. The son man take no days off.
I'm telling you, man. They the devil. Jose was sleeping in his bed, man. Sleeping in his motherfucking bed. Out the way, not bothering nobody.
First at 10, parts of Shelby County and Memphis can expect to see an increased law enforcement presence tonight. Deputies tell your news leader they're focused on making communities safer. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. It's happening as the city continues to deal with gun violence. WRG's Raven Copeland explains how the Shelby County Sheriff's Office is increasing its crime-fighting strategies.
Crime remains a concern in Memphis and Shelby County. The deadly gun violence ahead of the summer season is only increasing those concerns. However, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office says it's working day and night to make your neighborhood safer. For weeks and months, WREG has reported on gun violence that has resulted in death, trauma, and grief. Law enforcement tells your news leader they hear the pleas for change and they're doing something about it. Tonight, deputies and police officers will monitor the northern areas of Shelby County as well as parts of Fraser and Raleigh.
And so we're going to have deputies who will be flying drones. So we'll have area surveillance. But then we also going to have deputies on the ground. We also have K9 deputies that's going to be out here tonight. And so we're looking for anything and everything that's a violation of the law that's in this community.
Chief Deputy Anthony
We're looking for anything and everything. This sounds like the Scorpion unit. Just bring the Scorpion unit back, man.
They'll definitely solve this shit quick. Throw out the trash, you feel me?
This niggas need to now. This is what's necessary, right? Look at what's necessary. We over police, they over policing us. No, this is what's necessary.
Was parts of Fraser and Raleigh.
And so we're going to have deputies who will be flying drones. So we'll have area surveillance. But then we also going to have deputies on the ground. We also have K9 deputies that's going to be out here tonight. And so we're looking for anything and everything that's a violation of the law that's in this community.
Chief Deputy Anthony Buckner says it's part of a crime-fighting operation that aims to capture criminals and protect the community.
We're always out doing operations like this. Tonight, we've just done an enhanced operation. We've had several shootings in the last couple of weeks in the part of Fraser that borders us and some of the areas up here in the county.
For weeks now, deadly gun violence has taken a toll on the Fraser community. Deputies tell WREG they choose specific locations based on crime data and numbers. As law enforcement works to make Memphis safer, they have a message for criminal offenders.
If you cannot find the right program that will help you change your life, we will find the right program that will put you behind bars.
Reporting.
Damn. That's right, son, man.
That's a good line.
Because there's so many programs. Like,
of course.
They know these niggas have, there's no excuse for these niggas to be acting like this.
If you cannot find the right program that will help you change your life, we will find the right program that will put you behind bars.
Offenders.
If you cannot find the right program that will help you change your life, we will find the right program that will put you behind bars.
Reporting from Shelby County for your news leader, Raven
Copeland. Man.
I put it in the back act. The story I was talking about.
Yo, maybe they could bring back the Scorpion unit with a different name, like the Wasp unit or something, you know?
Yeah, something.
No, some sons have killed that, and it's a shame.
The Scorpion unit?
Yeah, just it was working well. Everything they've killed it, and then they'll still be complaining about the crime in their vicinity.
First at 5 on your news leader, just days after a shooting outside its Midtown location, TJ Mulligan's announces it is shutting down the bar this Saturday. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. WRG's Harrison Klopp joins us now live in Midtown. And Harrison, how are people feeling about the bar closing?
Greg, Stephanie, good evening to you. I was actually able to talk to a woman at the Quick Check, a sandwich shop right across the street. Her family actually owns it. They have for 30 years. And she expressed to me what really I feel like everyone in Midtown is feeling right now. They can't wait to see TJ Mulligan's go.
With them being there, we've had a lot of break-ins. For this past month, we've had car break-ins behind their parking lot, car break-ins on my business. Shootings. When that goes on, nobody wants to come out. And when nobody comes out, that means no business.
I mean, there's just been numerous shootings over the last, 8 months or so, since I've lived in the neighborhood. It becomes normal.
And while the shooting that happened this past week is the final straw for TJ Mulligan's Midtown location, Alex Reyna, whose family owns Quick Check and next door's Spicy Noodle Korean restaurant, said TJ Mulligan's string of violence had many business owners in Midtown scared to stay open late.
Most people, most owners are thinking of changing hours because they don't want to stay out late. I mean, do you want to stay out late out here? I wouldn't.
And whatever business decides to take TJ Mulligan's spot on Madison Avenue, Alex hopes it doesn't cause any more problems in Midtown.
And Midtown used to not be like this at all. It used to be very chill and laid back.
They ruin every fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Glitter Queen, that it's not the business that's the problem.
But, like, that was on breeder, man. But it's like this is I hear that on breeder, man, and I know she's going through it, but for some reason, man, like listening to her say that shit made me resentful, man. I didn't feel no, seriously, it did, like, because it's like
it's ignorant to say that. Oh, there wasn't anything here before.
Like, it's niggers doing this shit, and you guys vote for all these, like, those people down there. They probably were in 2020 and 2021, like, all on the BLM shit, right? Or all on the criminal justice reform shit, or all on the man, there's too many black people in jail. Right. And it's like now, 5 years later, when your businesses are being destroyed by just their mere presence, in your corridor. Yeah. It's like without actually naming it, because you named the cops in 2020. You named racism, structural, systematic, and white people in 2021. Now, but you're not gonna name this. This is just like a ghost doing this shit. Fuck you.
But what do sons want with an Irish bar and Korean spicy noodles next door?
Well, here's the thing.
Just to cause havoc. Jesus.
No, here's the thing.
Ground.
This place has hip hop night. So this is a place that probably
first mistake. Fatal mistake.
Because that I've been a part of these things. I've seen these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they try to add culture.
They'll have Friday night reggae or hip hop music or something like that, right? But this is an Irish pub, like you said, or this is a restaurant that you ain't gonna see a nigga in there the any other time but that. Like, even that day, up until they closed and switched over and brought in the promoter for the club night. Because here's the thing, the business makes money, the promoter, like they give that shit over to a promoter that night. And a promoter comes and promotes the show and promotes the the night or whatever, and he gets 30% of the bar. It's kind of like renting out your spot. You know what I mean? That's how these venues, these places do. And then the promoter, he brings the goddamn bunch of apes into this area that would never be in this area. And then that's how the neighboring businesses. So you got a fucking juice bar next to this place, and six and a half days out the week is fucking, Meredith and
Calm, leaving
Claire.
them in leggings, calm.
Yeah.
Mother
And
in
then
the SUV.
yeah, and then fucking Friday night or Saturday night, when the hip hop club promoter comes in and takes over the venue, you got goddamn tarantula dreads, and fucking goddamn fucking eyelashes and shit and all that bullshit, and it's a fucking jungle. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean that's what you get. I don't feel sorry for these people. Call it out for what it is. Call it what it is. Niggas fucking everything up. Get rid of these niggas. Just like it was get rid of racism. Get rid of the cops in 2020. Get it with your chest. Get rid of these niggas.
Let's say this. Look, business owners, small business owners, you may be in the red, you may be struggling financially, but you'll be in a different type of red once you allow sons to enter your premises.
I'm telling you.
There'll be a different type of red surrounding your business.
You know, somebody told me on a different channel, they said, what's your obsession with some people, right? This is my thing, I'm a crime junkie.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, but certain things, Wicked, you're still too like, oh, that's racist to say, or you can't, oh no, understand it from their point of view.
But you understand it from my point of view, though, right? I'm a crime junkie.
We all are, for the most part.
Well, me literally crime junkie, and it just so happens that the brothers, well,
Yeah. They are the crime. Goddamn, they're the MVP of crime.
Man, it boggles the mind how good the Suns are like at chaos and crime just naturally, dude.
My story's in the bag, Chad.
Okay, I got you, bitch.
It's like how many lives can you ruin across the country in one day?
Oh, you talking about that? I'm trying to that's 13 minutes long. I have to play that later on.
Do it on 1.35.
I do later on. I'm trying to stay on this. Yeah, man, this is it's like it's unconscionable, man. How
they destroy and decay anything they touch. It's kind of like Midas, but not gold.
And they have no shame. They don't care. They're even competing with whites now to be like, now they're mad at whites for the Shiloh Hendrix thing, and they're like upping their assholery. So niggas are being more of assholes than they already were, because Shiloh Hendrix got paid for saying the N-word, and it's like, oh god. So now it's like you got they going into hyperdrive niggertry.
Her experience at Dillard's while also trying to keep her reputation intact led her to our Marvin Hurst. It's a story you'll only see here on CBS News Texas.
No, you told me they said I had earrings in my pocket.
Dr. Cheryl Jackson says on Monday, May 5th, at this Dillard's in Fairview, her shopping experience took a troubling turn.
When I got ready to walk out the door, an African-American police officer slid in front of me, and he said, give them to me. And I just kind of looked around. And I said, hello?
The 56-year-old says she came to the store to exchange merchandise and buy something in honor of Minnie Hawthorne Ewing, her mother. It was 10 years ago. Miss Minnie died on May 7th.
I went to Dillard's because every year on the anniversary of my mother's death, I would buy butterflies because when she passed, butterflies circled me.
But the shopping trip became a scene.
Do you have anything in your pocket that you didn't pay for it?
Why are you asking me that question?
Well, because our camera said.
Listen, I'm not. I don't know. This she seems like a nice lady, but that don't mean shit. Hey, how many times do y'all go to a store? I'm always at the store. Because I mean, I
go
gotta.
fairly often.
This never happens to me. Never.
Doesn't happen. Hey, I gotta say though, and salute to you. Appreciate you having me up. I gotta say, man, the most confrontations I've had with police officers, which is very like next to nothing, but the few confrontations that I've had, it's always a son cop. You know, no what to make of it, but whatever.
No, they get you.
They make it seem like black people just go in the stores like, all right, gotta go in the store. Probably gonna get stopped. Probably gonna get followed around. All right, let's go. Come on. Like, I mean, like, this never happens to me or anybody that I know.
I will say for jewelry that cameras can get it because of the angles. So they just showed the spinning thing that the earrings are on. Like sometimes like cameras will think that you still have the thing when you've quickly put it back on the dial. But I mean, even asking this question is of no issue. It's like, no, I didn't. Here's my receipt. Here's what I bought.
Exactly.
Yes, it's embarrassing to be stopped, but it's quicker to resolve it than like why are you stopping me?
Exactly. Like that's part of my point. Like, okay, like when I'm at like Walmart and I'm the one that gets asked for my receipt, it's like a 0.57 second interaction. It's like receipt, bam, and it don't gotta be why I got my receipt, man. You ain't let that white person like it's just bam, bam. You like it's not like it's nothing. And
that's
it's like,
one thing I will say for some people. Like, if you have problems like this being stopped, always make sure you get your receipt because there's so many people I watch who just pay on their card, like tap contactless and just walk out. I'm like, why would you not take a receipt?
See, I was friends with the loss prevention guys when I was at Home Depot, right? And they was all black dudes, and they was cool as shit. But like, it's like for them to come out the back and then come on the sales floor and confront somebody. Yo, they don't just take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? They don't just do that like on a whim.
They've been watching on the cameras.
They got cameras that can literally zoom in and fucking read the goddamn they can read the fucking, if you got your cell phone open, they can read what you're fucking scrolling and shit. They got fucking cameras that can follow you overhead, like not obstructed by nothing. Overhead, bird's eye view, see you unobstructed from every angle.
Right. You could
You know
pretty
what I'm
much
saying?
assume they're watching you the whole way through if they
Yeah,
want.
but they don't watch everybody though.
No, I feel you, but
Like it's when you back there with them and shit, they laughing and joking, but they know what they're doing, and when they lock on somebody and they're following them, that motherfucker is almost 100%. Like they almost all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like they never wrong. Because it's not like they're judging your character and shit. They're judging what you're doing.
You know
They
what?
are judging your character. They're judging the content of your character.
I think after 2 or 3 days working out, you kind of pick up on patterns and you kind of become you
Exactly.
see what it is.
Yeah, you know the usual. You know what a thief look like when they walk in the store. But here's the thing: a woman like her, right? That probably they know what they looking for. They make it seem like these dudes are amateurs and shit. Like they just like bumbling. Oh, hey man, can you open your bag? It's like, no, motherfucker. They waited till you were leaving the store. They didn't like just come up to you when you stole the shit. You went browsing around looking, for like 30 minutes and shit. And then you went to another section, then you went downstairs. And then as soon as you tried to leave the store, they came out and got you. So it ain't like, they make it seem like they come bum rush you as soon as you take the shit off the shelf and shit. No, they wait till you leave once you pass the checkout without paying. They don't, because you think about it, it's not like, you can put that shit in your pocket. Nigga be like, all right, well, we thought we watching her, but she may take that shit out of her pocket and scan that shit before she leaves. But then once you walk past that fucking cash register, they're like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like they act like loss prevention is just a bunch of fucking bumbling idiots.
Her experience at Dillard's while also trying to keep her reputation intact led her to our Marvin Hurst. It's a story you'll only see here on CBS News Texas.
No, you told me they said I had earrings in my pocket.
Dr. Cheryl Jackson says on Monday, May 5th, at this Dillard's in Fairview, her shopping experience took a troubling turn.
When I got ready to walk out the door, an African-American police officer slid in front of me and he said, give them to me. And I just kind of looked around. I said, hello?
The 56-year-old says she came to the store to exchange merchandise and buy something in honor of Minnie Hawthorne Ewing, her mother. It was 10 years ago. Miss Minnie died on May 7th.
I went to Dillard's because every year on the anniversary of my mother's death, I would buy butterflies because when she passed, butterflies circled me.
But the shopping trip became a scene.
Do you have anything in your pocket that you didn't pay for it?
Why are you asking me that question?
Well, because our camera said that you had earring in your pocket, which you didn't pay for.
Your camera said that to you?
This footage is from Jackson's cell phone. According to Jackson, she started going live on social media out of fear because she couldn't reach.
Out of fear. So they're going to kill her. This cop was going to kill her for a pair of earrings.
There's no fear.
One man is afraid of the police.
There's no fear. Like at this point, when you know you didn't do it, I would want to embarrass them. I'll take out all my stuff. Here's my receipt for what I just bought. Here's everything in my bag. Tell me where I stole your thing. Because as I said, especially with jewelry spots, there are blind spots in the camera angles. Like they don't catch everything, especially on the jewelry swivels. But I'm not gonna have a Patel telling me I stole something I didn't steal.
A lot of people going live. A lot of the going live is to like, it's not to change. It's not because you're scared. It's because you just trying to like make a big deal out of a big.
Public opinion.
Yeah. Like, I love y'all. I'm being racist. Yeah, it's like
strike gold.
But take my side. They bullying me.
Yeah, in this situation, right? Just think about it, right? Think about it. Hey, man, you stole something. No, I didn't. No, like in this case, he said, give them to me. Right? And you're like, what? If you got them shits and you don't give them to them at that moment, you're in trouble. Now you've escalated it. If you got them and you just hand them to him, this motherfucker gonna let you go. He'll get you out of there, or they may ban you, take you to the back and sign some paper and ban you from the store, but they're not gonna arrest you. Now you haven't given them to them, so now you've escalated it, right? So now they have to get them off of you. So it's like a lot of times, like the way she said African American, the way he came up to her, he was kind of like helping her, like give them to me, man. She could have been like, oh, here. Oh, these? Oh, my bad. I forgot this in my pocket. He took them and went back, and she would have gone about her business.
her children. CBS News Texas decided to blur the faces of the two store employees and the store police officer. Their audio still conveys the partial recording. Jackson says she was so shocked that documenting what happened initially never crossed her mind.
They would not let me leave. The police officer said to me, either they can detain you and they can restrain you, issue a restraining order so you can never come back on this property again, or they could press charges against you. My heart just sank. And I'm looking around at everybody looking at me. And in my mind, I'm literally thinking some of these people could even be donating to my nonprofit.
Minnie's Pantry, based in Plano, feeds people in 3 states, including here in Texas, from meager to major since 2008. Its leader says she just wanted earrings to remember her mother. And very quickly, in the 13 minutes and 9-second video, the accused became the acquitted.
Where's the mistake? Tell me the mistake.
It would be that it was, merchandise was located.
Oh, they...
Okay, so they located the merchandise. They were wrong. They were wrong. Here's the thing. These people were operating on what they were told. That cop came up to you because somebody got on the walkie-talkie and said, hey, this woman right there is about to leave, stop her. This manager, they were like, yeah, go up to the front. There's a situation at the front. These people did not conspire against you.
They located the merchandise that I put back there because I decided not to buy it. And what's in my dang pocket ain't nothing but my keys. But they up here telling me that the camera, y'all, the camera said that I'm stealing.
Free from the accusations, but not from the pain.
All I was thinking about is what they did to me in that store.
Wow.
And how could I stop it?
Now, here's the thing. It only happened to her because she's black. That's what she's trying to, that's what she's probably trying to say. That happened to her because she was black.
Happening to somebody else.
Why would you try to stop that from happening to somebody else? How could you stop a store from stopping from the millions of people stores stop every year getting one wrong? Why would that be your crusade in life? I want to make sure that no stores ever make a mistake in stopping shoplifters. You might as well just kill yourself. If God knew that's what you were going to dedicate your life to, he'd have just fucking why would he breathe life into your lungs? Yeah, this one's gonna try to make sure that no store ever makes a mistake in stopping someone for shoplifting. It's impossible.
But not from the pain.
All I was thinking about is what they did to me in that store. And how could I stop it from happening to somebody else? I've never been more humiliated in my life.
In a statement, Dillard says, we have apologized to Dr. Jackson. We're looking into this matter internally and will take any appropriate action. In Jackson's video, the employees apologized too.
I'm sorry, man. I believe you really are.
And I truly am sorry.
I believe you are.
And I'll be having a conversation with corporate and our camera operator.
How does she see that? How does she not see me? How does she not see me put them down? How does she not see if they're right over there? How does she not see me put them down?
By that time, the nonprofit leader wondered about the impact of what people saw.
This is not black versus white. This is right versus wrong.
Jackson secured Dallas attorney Daryl Washington not to sue, but to protect her reputation and to ask the department store about change.
And if Dillard's is serious and they are truly sorry about what happened to Dr. Jackson, we want the individuals who falsely accused Dr. Jackson to be terminated. We don't want an apology. We want them to be terminated because they have no business in retail.
In the meantime, Jackson faces a...
Because they made a mistake.
Wow. Typical some people, somebody got to get fired.
It's just what makes American Black people like so emotional about said like a word, someone stopped them and said, "Oh, we think you stole something." It's just so ridiculous. Like yesterday, I went to the shop. I bought a dress that didn't have a tag on. I asked them to write it on the receipt that it didn't have a tag. Then immediately I went to another store to swap it for a different size. And the lady was like, "Oh, where's the tag? Where's the tag?" I was like, "Your colleague wrote it on the receipt for me to safeguard myself." And she was still giving me lip. I was like, "There's no issue because I've just come out of that store." There are so many things you can do to prevent any issues from happening. If someone asks you, "Did you steal something?" Again, show your receipt. Just say, "No, I was here. I was there. Your camera missed it. Here's the thing. I dropped it here. This person picked it up." Like all this thing of crying, like she wonders the impact this will cause. It's so ridiculous. Like she can't go to Dillard's again because she's been scarred for life. It's absolutely insane.
And it's because she was Black. It's trying to intimate that it was because she was Black. It's just
think about how many some people within that hour were in and out of that store that were not.
I'm telling you. Hundreds of a store like Dillard's, who knows, 20, 30 people with a 13-minute interaction, 20 people, Black people came in and out, and nobody said nothing to. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Salute to everybody supporting the channel, man. How many likes we got, man? Are y'all hitting the like button, man? Y'all smashing that like button.
But you know, again, a part of the problem, like I've said before, is that we allow some people to say shit like that unabated, right? Like all the time, they're able to say nonsense and they're never checked on it.
That's
Nobody
true.
bats a fucking eye.
I can't stand
That's
that.
true.
Become so numb. We're all numb to it, and it goes unchecked completely.
Nah, but like we don't expect different though. So it's like an impasse because like we know sons can't handle it. So it's like fuck.
Well, I'm with you on that. I agree. However, it is impactful. Like what she's demanding, what the news is covering, they could possibly fire those people and impact policy.
No doubt. And so all that could really be done to prepare for that type of behaviorhood is, I would imagine, when those people were looking at the cameras, they were probably being, like much more hesitant than they would if they were looking at those cameras and it was a white person that was, they were being scanned by the cameras.
Right. Well, you know what? I have a solution, Ike. Going forward, dealers cannot stop some person for anything.
That's what you want. I bet you that was the suggestion.
Yeah, it's probably.
That's how they do. They do stupid shit like that. Just like rash. They ruin. Some people destroy systems. It's hard to have a system with some people because you constantly have to make these bold, grand changes over minor fucking incidences and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we'll all watch the when the news covers Dillard's closing, and no one's gonna be able to put a finger on why the fuck it closed.
No.
Well, yeah, you could, but it would be racist to say it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. They'd all be like in the story segment, tiptoeing around it. Like a mother flower.
The story that we are tracking here on First Alert 4 people are dead, 3 men, 1 woman in North St. Louis City. Now, this is a rather complex investigation that started early this morning. All took place here on the map on your screen, Wells Avenue near Martin Luther King Drive and Union Boulevard about 4 o'clock this morning. St. Louis City Police were first called out to investigate a shot spotter call. They heard shots fired in this neighborhood. Well, officers say when they arrived, they found a man who had been shot to death on a front porch. Police then stayed on scene waiting for a search warrant to get inside that home.
About 7 o'clock in the morning, a gentleman leaves the home, engages in a conversation with a homicide detective, goes back into the home and comes out with a rifle and starts firing at our officers.
You just heard from St. Louis Police Commissioner Robert Tracy there saying that an ATF agent and a St. Louis City police officer returned fire. The suspect went back inside the home, but then was later found dead in a doorway.
During the residence, there was a female in the living room who is actually is dead as well. And then we have a person a male dead in the basement.
Okay, so those would be those 4 individuals, 3 men and 1 woman. Again, Chief Tracy saying his department is now working 2 investigations, a homicide for the deaths and a force investigation for that officer involved shooting.
So 4 niggas dead. Ho hum, nothing to see. Just 4 niggas dead, shot to death. Is just like,
Similar downtown, where First Alert 4 found more than a dozen piles of glass after car break-ins near Busch Stadium. We've confirmed with police thieves struck during Tuesday's Cardinals game.
SLMPD is investigating and sharing their patrol strategies to avoid a repeat. But our Jordan Burrell is also hearing from a victim.
Smash. They wear you out, man. Niggas wear you out. So you got the 4 niggas dead right there. Then the killer shooting at the police. And then you got this, you got that, and that, and this, and this. And then this woman who got stopped at the fucking goddamn Dillard's, she's probably going to want a fucking, like, goddamn lawsuit, won like $50 million from the city, from Dillard's, and want to fucking have a press conference and a march and shit and boycott Dillard's and all this bullshit.
I'm concerned with how the initial police response was handled. She joins us live downtown. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm here at South 9th in Shodo, where police say 10 cars were broken into Tuesday evening. Days later, as you can see, glass is still here, and this wasn't the only pile we found. Now, that victim says police made it seem like they didn't care about the break-ins, but police say that's not the case.
Police seem like it's a goddamn Negro war zone. It's a city full of fucking savage-ass Negro teens and young men waging war in the streets, and you got your fucking car window broken. That's what the police are acting like.
Later, as you can see, glass is still here, and this wasn't the only pile we found. Now, that victim says police made it seem like they didn't care about the break-ins, but police say that's not the case. Piles of glass remain along South 9th in Shodo.
Never had any problems until on Tuesday night.
Justin Krellman says the glass is from his and other drivers' broken windows. It's all that's left from a string of car break-ins that happened while he was at the Cardinals game Tuesday.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Frustration is the only way he can describe it. Krellman says it was his first Cardinals game of the year, and it's left a poor taste in his mouth. But he says the police's response made it even worse.
Yeah, the car next to mine was actually a family visiting from out of town. It was their first time in St. Louis. They had 2 young kids. They were the ones that actually called the police, and the police told them that they wouldn't be sending anyone to do any reporting unless a gun was stolen out of one of the vehicles.
Which is like, listen, this was their first time in St. Louis. Why was this their family's first time in St. Louis this year? How come they don't come to St. Louis all the time? Because of niggas.
You know, that's pretty sad in and of itself, that point you just made. The fact that they can't even go to fucking St. Louis often.
Yeah, and yeah, we're not sending a squad car out there. We got niggas. We got 4 dead bodies in the fucking house down the street. Niggas shooting at us from the fucking porch. We got like a goddamn. We got like fucking what? 50,000 fucking tarantula head fucking mini apes running through the city. Like, what the fuck you mean? Your car window got broke? Okay, all right. Go online and to our website and file a report.
And what's your reaction to that?
You know, it's really disappointing.
It's so discouraging to hear somebody say, well, it's a car break-in, we're not showing up. We're taking it just as seriously.
Mitch McCoy with the St. Louis Metro Police says if there's no weapons stolen from a vehicle, your first option would be to file a police report over the phone.
It is the same information that is being documented whether a police officer shows up or you're telling our telephone reporting unit.
But he adds, if you want an officer to show up after a car break-in, you can ask, and they will. And even if you don't see an officer,
doesn't mean that a police officer isn't there.
And SLMPD says they'll keep looking at their resources to make sure they're keeping an eye on crime hotspots, something Krailman would have.
Yeah, listen, man. I mean, let's see. Hold on.
St. Louis police are turning in their badges as vacancies climb by the week. As city police quit, a new report reveals the police chief's salary is the highest among law enforcement in the metro area. Fox Files investigator Mitch McCoy takes a look at the troubling numbers.
Right there, next to the flashing red lights, 311. Wait for it, though, because St. Louis just sent an update, 312. That's how many vacancies there are at the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department.
What the city's doing isn't working.
St. Louis Police Officers Association business manager Joe Steiger blames red tape across the city's government with getting new officers hired.
That we have applicants that come in here and it takes so long for them to process and get through and over to the police department that they're being picked off by other departments in the meantime.
Steiger says the gap will only grow as a big chunk of officers are eligible to retire in the next year or two. He says it's time for St. Louis to step up its recruiting game.
I had a conversation with the chief last week about this. I know he's got some ideas to try to do.
So they got a shortage of police. Yeah, they got a police shortage. That's what I thought. I thought that was the case.
Yo, Crook Connie's in the back.
Oh.
12.
What's good, y'all?
What's happening?
Hey, did you get that
Imagine
email
being
I
away
sent
from
you
home.
today about the Tyree Nichols his stepdaddy? Did you see that press conference?
Hold on. You it's in the email?
Yeah. I sent the email of Tyree Nichols' stepdad press conference.
Today, the night. Today.
Yo, I can't believe some people got mad over George Floyd, but not Tyree Nichols. I feel like the Nichols was worse than Floyd. Floyd overdosed.
Listen,
Man, yeah,
Tyree Nichols shit was 100 times worse than George Floyd shit.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
But,
saying. But it makes no sense.
Hey, Wicked, I remember when it happened and what was crazy because, I was on Twitter Spaces when it happened. And what was crazy was they were like, we got to keep it going. We got to keep the white supremacy going. We got to blame this on white supremacy and systematic white oppression. I swear to God. They had to. Of course, there were a lot of people that were I remember Sir Major. He was one of them. Now he's like serving Fed time. But
And
during
these are
that time,
FBA people, right? Like FBA.
Talking about the albino.
But I'm talking about people. I'm talking about, just everybody wanted to talk about it, but those FBA people, they were trying to control the narrative and say this is white supremacy, and it was almost like they were censoring the speech. Yeah, exactly. But they kept on saying it anyway. They kept saying it anyway.
Man, they were saying that. Remember, initially they were trying to say it was white supremacy.
They saying that they were agents. The police were agents of white supremacy.
Yo, if you find that, if you go to YouTube, if you can't find it in the email, and just type in Tyree and Nichols' stepfather. Oh yeah, is this it?
Come on,
yeah.
How's everybody doing today?
Right. Not great.
I don't know yet. Well, yesterday, the world started burning. And it was definitely not what we expected. It was definitely not what was shown in that video. It was definitely not what the prosecutors presented to the jury. I couldn't speak to the press yesterday. I had too many emotions. But today, I'm going to speak to the press. For my son to be brutally killed by 5 police officers, black, white, green, yellow, purple, it does not make a difference. Well, they were here to serve and
Of course, it
protect,
don't make a difference when it's black.
not to beat and kill. When this journey first started, my wife used to tell me, she said, Rodney, don't be political. Mom. After yesterday, I have to be political.
Well, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
That's it. You know, it's one name we have not heard today.
Teacher like to feel it.
His name is Donald Trump.
There you go.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has put a stain on this country.
Yeah.
Well, he has brought white supremacy to the forefront.
Yeah.
You know, me and my family were going to move to Chattanooga and retire.
Oh my God.
That has been scratched.
Now, here's the thing. Tyree got his ass beat, 2 years ago under the Biden administration?
Exactly.
Oh, hey, look, I'm so glad them cops came.
Bro, when I heard this shit, I think I reached a new level of N-word fatigue.
Yeah.
This shit is so bad. Bro, we are annoying, dog. Annoying.
The pestilence.
What the fuck is he talking about? This was the greatest reach and random mention of Donald Trump that I've ever fucking heard of.
I think
that's it.
Hey, Crook, you think basically they said, hey, come out here, you make sure you let the people know this is Donald Trump's fault. You think that he was coached into saying that, or you think this was actually
Fuck no. This motherfucker, this is how 97% of some people feel.
Yeah.
Bro, this is us, bro. This is like not no fucking like coaching or hey, say this or that. And no, this is the truth. He feels like this is the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me go to Twitter, man. Make sure y'all hit the support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Hit the like button. We want to check in on Jalo and Carmelo in a minute, man. On the GoFund, on the gifts and go, man. Man.
Give me my money back. I'm waiting on my refund. I was thinking about doing the same thing.
Right?
Give me my money back. You get the fuck out of my face. I don't need you standing over here. I don't need you standing over here. If you get security in this picture, give me my fucking money back. Give me my. I don't give a fuck. You think I'm coming back here, bitch? You think I'm coming back here? Give me my money. Give me my money. No, give me my money. I'm not standing outside. Give me my money. Call security. Call security. I need my fucking money. I don't care. She talking about stand outside. What do I stand outside when I came in here for a refund? Because you mad.
Now here's my thing right here. Would it be easier to just give her a fucking refund and let her go if there's a refund? It doesn't seem like they're disputing the refund, right? It just seems like they're like, we want you to stand outside. Well, just give her the fucking $4 and shit and then let her leave.
That's what I would have did. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's many a times where I fucking see some shit like this going on and that we get the call and it's our call. And I just be like, fuck it. Here go to $8. Just get the fuck away from me.
right. It's just very simple. Instead of like trying to like win the battle of like, well, you got to stand outside and wait for it. She'll destroy the whole store, and y'all will be there until fucking 7 o'clock in the morning cleaning up over some stupid shit.
Yeah, but then you've given them a pass for next time.
See, the beauty of that is you never see this bitch again.
Yeah, you'll never see her again.
It says total due right here. I'm waiting on a refund. Now you want to come to stand outside. No, give me my money. I don't give a fuck what I'm scaring them. You're scaring me. I'm scared of how looking like. That's why I'm yelling. All you had to do was push the button for a refund, but you're trying to prove a point. No, please shut the fuck up. My money better be back on the car. No, can you not? Don't walk up on me, man. Back off of me. What do you mean don't yell? Why is this lady all up on me?
Why don't they just leave? Why are white people getting involved? Just leave.
They don't understand the rules of the jungle.
Yeah, that was not smart. That wasn't smart by that old lady coming up, and that wasn't smart. It's just not smart. I would stay far away from this woman as possible. Seemed to be agitated, but it seemed like the workers, like, they're not like expeditiously getting her away from the other customers. They're keeping a problem inside of their store that could easily be removed from the store in the presence of the other customers. Not even if she's going to assault the customer, but people sit in Starbucks and do work. People sit in Starbucks and use it for the Wi-Fi and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just want to relax and drink their coffee. And you got this hyena in here, acting a hot ghetto mess. And if it takes $4.50 to get her the fuck out of here, give her the $4.50 and let her fucking leave.
No, please get security. These people are fucking watching me. Y'all about to fucking bully me. No, I came in here for a fucking refund, and I've been recording your ass the whole time, so tell the truth. I came in here for a refund, talking about I'm scared of people. She walked up on me. She walked up on me. I don't give a fuck that I'm yelling. Hey, bitch, you're annoying. Bitch, you're annoying. You don't even fucking know me. Ain't no miss coming down. These people, man. These people, you recording this shit? Recording this lady walking up on me. Recording this lady walking up on me. Fucking touch me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You told me to be outside when I was waiting on my refund, right? But you should be making coffee. Ain't y'all backed up? You should be making coffee. Get out my face. Because you wasn't dealing with me earlier. Get out my face.
Poor workers, right? Poor employees.
they don't get paid enough for this.
Look at who the employees voted for.
Shut your bitch ass up. Right. Fuck out of here. You
Yeah,
just pissed me off.
that gay dude voted Kamala. You know that.
You know he's a fucking liberal.
But that
I'm
goes
curious
back
about that
to
white
what
girl. That
somebody
white girl
said.
arguing. I'm curious who she voted for.
But it goes back to what somebody said earlier about people kind of expect this. Nobody's really necessarily surprised by this. you know?
Basically.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't make it acceptable. Still, like it still shouldn't be tolerated.
No,
Hey,
but
it was another fight at the airport in O'Hare today. So
Oh, is there any
that's a good
shots
one.
fired?
Nah, not this time.
Oh, that's good.
It was a fight. It was a black and brown coalition fight.
Oh, really? What happened?
Yeah.
Who won?
It looked like the blacks beat y'all ass this time.
Damn. I gotta see that. Well, who started it though? That's what I want to know.
If
Pope
I
Leo the
was a
14th.
betting man, I'll say that the Sun Man started it.
Hey.
Can we all
Hey,
be
friends.
happy
So,
the Pope is not
turns out-
black? We're all okay with that, right?
With what?
We're all happy that the new Pope is not black. Not that I really cared, but
No, I was so happy they didn't elect the black pope because it was like he was one of the last candidates.
Man,
I was cheering for the black Pope.
Nah, I
we
was
don't
like,
need a black
Oh, that
Pope.
would have been so annoying, bro.
let white people have this. Like
You know-
it's like, yo,
I thought it was gonna be a
I
small
take a
head.
woke pope over a black pope.
No.
True.
I heard the black Pope was like super based and shit, so I was cheering for him.
I heard that too. I heard that too, but I just
The African Catholics are very based.
Man, yo,
I was cheering for that dude. I thought he was gonna get it, but this dude from he from South Holland, Wicked.
He's from Dalton. He's from where Tiffany and you're from.
Yeah,
Yo,
I think he was born in South Holland though, but he a White Sox fan. So
yeah,
he
my
fucked. He a
Yeah,
White
yo.
Sox and a Bears fan. So like,
Yeah.
let's hope that the Pope got some fucking power.
But apparently he's very liberal.
Yo, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Isn't he
very
an Hombrito? He's an Hombrito, right?
nah, he lived in Peru for 20 years, but he
Nah, he a white dude, bro.
I think I heard that his mother was an Hombrito, but I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah, that's what I heard too. She's Spanish.
When you look at him, he looks like he has.
Turns out there is.
His name is like Roberto Gomez or some shit.
No, his name is I don't know. I think he did. He's a white guy. He's just
His mom's a Negress though.
I've been reading the paper on him, Chief. His name's like Roberto Gomez, and then the last name of his own man, who's a white boy.
Okay, we'll see. You know what? Maybe let's listen to the sister. The sister got some information.
Hey, friends.
Pipe down,
So
everybody.
it turns out there is some breaking news in regard to Pope Leo the 14th. During his revealing ceremony, you wondered like, ooh, he got a little bit of a tan, right? And in my mind, I was like, yeah, I guess it's giving like spicy white. It's Jeff Goldblum, but make it like papal realness. So I was like, okay, I'll go with it, right? So getting to know Pope Leo the 14th, aka Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, we were getting to know him as the first American Pope, right? The first American Pope who is the least American of the Americans. That's what I love about him. And part of that is because he has dual citizenship between North America and South America, in Peru in particular, right? Part of that citizenship in Peru is cultural. It is because his parents have heritage there, his mother in particular. But then there was this breaking news that I've been seeing disseminating all around social media. And the first time I saw it was from someone named Andre Kearns, who is a genealogist. Andre Kearns says, breaking news for anyone who clocked the Pope's tan. Fellow genealogist Jerry Christopher Honora just shared that Pope Robert Francis Prevost descends from Louisiana Creoles of color through his grandmother, Louise Baki, born in New Orleans in 1868.
He can say the
Haitian
N-word.
ancestry through his grandfather, Joseph Martinez, born in Port-au-Prince in 1864. And so now the Black folks are like, we went from my president is Black to my Pope is Black. ish. I do think it's important to think about him as a Pope of the Americas, right? Not simply American. I think when we say American, puts him in danger of being one thing and one thing alone, right? Waving an American flag when in actuality, you need to be waving an American flag and a Peruvian flag and, whatever, an umbrella for New Orleans, a hot dog for Chicago, or actually, I guess, a deep dish pizza, right? When it was announced.
Oh God, Jesus
Kerry
Dude,
Washington.
I feel like whenever like some women be on here like that shit, I be wanting like a YN and like a ski mask to just come behind them and like rob them.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So the Pope is an octoroon. I think that's the technical term, right?
Yeah, because Creoles.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look full wasp like white. So
Look like
but
what do he look
my
like?
issue is that he
like a glider.
No, he looks like it's when you can tell like someone has some kind of when you can tell they're not 100%.
Yeah, he's like a Meghan Markle, so the blacks
Yeah,
are gonna
exactly.
clean
That's
him.
probably the
Oh,
best
he's a
example.
Meghan Markle. So he's
I don't think
basically
so. He
Like,
look
yeah,
like
you can tell that's not a fully white man.
That's not a glider.
It's close enough.
he looked like he dying already. Like every time they could select a Pope,
It's like
them
an
niggas
off
like die
color.
immediately.
Yeah, that's a glider right there.
Yeah,
How long?
I would never. I wouldn't be like, brother. If I saw him, I wouldn't be like, what's up, brother?
Nah,
You wouldn't
nah.
dap him up.
That's my nigga, Red Deer.
Hey, he look. Hold on, let me zoom in. He looked like a Polish or some shit.
Yeah, you like a glider.
Yeah, he looked
he looks
lighter
like
to
how a
me.
pope should look.
He
So
looks
it's
like
okay.
the Pope that resigned before Francis, Joseph Ratzill.
I don't even follow that shit. I just know when they die.
They
Oh,
signed
yeah,
him at a
yeah.
White Sox game.
Yeah, go
They're 2
side.
strikes away from a win here.
I remember this game. I watched this game live.
Yo, I was like, bro, this shit was cracking, dog.
Man, it was cracking. It was the shit.
Oh, y'all White Sox fans?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of an Astros fan over here.
Yo, I'm a Bears, White Sox, and Bulls fan, bro.
And they all suck. Me too.
Hey,
our Bears gonna be good this year, though.
Man, they always say that.
Yeah, right.
Hey, they're gonna beat the Redskins, though. I know that much.
Oh God, man, I stayed out of the Redskins politics, and they had a good season. That's the last year was the first year I didn't even think about them.
They had a good year.
He about to have that CJ Stroud second year.
Yeah,
you
they know when
that.
they repeat that
The
shit.
league always catch up to you.
Yo, so like
Yeah,
that shit be crazy. Like how motherfuckers be like talking about like these rookie quarterbacks, right? They be like, man, he the best thing we seen since RG3. And then every time the second year come around,
they
and
catch up
then
to them.
yeah, they start like watching film and like they start like figuring it out.
But he was fun to watch last year, though, for sure.
No, he was dope. He was dope as hell to watch. But like the fact that people think that Caleb Williams is a bum, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Here's the thing though. Like a lot of the young quarterbacks that come out, they have success early, is usually like gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? Not like when I say gimmicks, I'm talking about like it's
The
like
play calls, like it'd be like bubble screens and all the other shit. Yeah.
Or they find a glitch in the defense and they do what he does well, and then now when the defenses have a summer to look at that stuff.
Exactly.
So what the Washington offensive coordinator got to do is anticipate that. He got to know.
He did a lot. He did a lot of shit on RPO, and he did a lot of shit on short screens. But what I will give him, like I give Jaden Daniels credit for, is he can throw the fuck out of that deep ball.
Yeah.
So like that deep ball always gonna be there. And Caleb Williams, as a rookie that watched every game, he struggled very hard on that deep ball. That shit was inaccurate as fuck. So if he's working on that deep ball, he got everything else. Like he got that shit. But that deep
My
ball was
little,
horrible.
my nephew he was a star quarterback in DC at the same time. Caleb Williams was right.
Oh, okay.
Um, in the public league, and Caleb Williams in the private school league, right?
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
was like, what do I asked him about Caleb Williams, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, he cool as shit." Da, da, da. And I was like, "Yeah, he gonna be he gonna be great." This is like when he was going to Oklahoma. He was like, "Nah, he's all right. He's not that like he's not special. They didn't like they he was like he's just a regular guy. He's not like special. He just a Joe. He just a Jag. You
That
know.
speaks volumes though. That speaks
But this,
volumes.
but this is when he was the number one recruit in the high school.
I know,
And
and that speaks volumes because if a kid, like when I was coming out with all the kids that they said was like real special, they
yeah,
ended up being real special, and I ended up agreeing like, yeah, that motherfucker is special. Like he is. For like his peers to say like, oh, he's just an average Joe.
yeah, because they couldn't
Uh,
believe that he was the number one pick. Because not saying he was, because like he had like 1,600 passing yards his senior year.
that's not that good.
Yeah, he was. I like it's like the way he became the number one pick. It's like you just can't. I mean, the number one overall player. Now, don't get me wrong. He played in a good league. That DC private school league is a very DeMatha.
I
You
already
know,
know. I already know. I got friends from DC. That shit is different.
yeah.
I got friends that went to St. John's that played with Victor
St. John's,
Oladipo and all the motherfuckers and Quinn Cook and all that shit. Yeah, like
exactly. That league is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but he wasn't like no one can understand how he was the number one player in the country. And it was like when he went to Oklahoma, I was like, yo, this dude he's a
he was
magician.
killing, bro.
He's a
He was
magician.
killing.
Then he went to USC. I was like, yeah, he's a magician. He's good, but I didn't see NFL quarterback. I saw great high school and college quarterback. And
Really?
I mean, yeah, I didn't see. I don't see NFL quarterback in him. I just don't see it. I
So
don't.
I as a Bears fan that I watched every game, I see
Yeah.
special shit in him.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, I just don't see it, and I wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanna him to do well because he's
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah. I get it.
DC.
I get
I'm
it.
not rooting against him, and I see because I thought he was. I would be arguing with my nephew like, yo, I think he's awesome, blah, blah, blah. But as far as like a NFL quarterback that at some point will have to play from the pocket, all
Yeah.
that running around shit is great. Don't get me wrong, but as NFL level, at some point, if you want to play 17 games and you want to have a long career, you gonna have to play from the pocket for
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I just don't see that with him.
All right, we'll see,
Yeah,
man. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah. I know that disappoints y'all as Bears fans, but
Yeah, no,
that
it
ain't
don't
coming.
disappoint me, bro, because I'm a realist and I understand. I understand that shit. And then like after watching that year of Jaden Daniels and watching that year of like Caleb Williams, I probably would have like traded back and selected Jaden Daniels. But like,
Yeah,
but it is what it
I
is.
like Caleb. I think Caleb's gonna be better.
Man,
wow.
have you seen Jaden Daniels, bro?
Yeah, I've seen him. I mean, I don't really watch the Redskins like that, but I mean,
Man, bro.
I think what you said earlier, the second season we're gonna see what's what.
No. Second season we gonna see what's up, but Jaden Daniels is really, really good, bro. He make the right plays. He makes simple plays. He's not like the
Yeah,
home run every play player.
Yeah, he's cool
He's
under
cool,
pressure.
calm, collective. You know what I'm saying?
he
Caleb
do
be
what Shador.
stressing, bro. He be
Yeah,
stressing.
He had no O
yeah,
line.
exactly. He do what Shador don't do. Shador doesn't take the easy check down. He wants to run around until somebody gets open downfield, and that's what Caleb does.
Yo, my bad. Get to the crime, bro. My bad. Different channel.
I
Different
was
Yeah,
gonna
channel.
get to the
say
violence.
the liberal 3000 with this haircut.
The nation demands blood.
Okay, I got you. Um,
And there's plenty of blood.
They want 11 souls too. Everybody trying to be like Bloodhound and Neil. Like, come on, cuz they want 11 souls too.
How does a car gotta come when they ride through this?
Got to come proper. Like they was like slowing down.
What's this?
Like, don't do all the extra. Do all the extra. Keep rolling. You feel me? Hey, watch that car. What are you on?
These niggas playing Grand Theft Auto by themselves.
I ain't gonna lie. He keep doing that motherfucker. That tough shit gonna get you hurt. No, I ain't told you tough. Hella niggas. That's all y'all know what's going on.
How you feeling?
Know what the fuck going on.
Half these niggas is dead or in jail. Half of them.
Where is this at? Where is this at?
It's Chicago. This at Bloodhound.
This ain't no fucking Chicago.
It's at Bloodhound.
I know every single part of Chicago. This is not Chicago.
How many bloodhounds can there be? I feel like hundreds.
Okay, let me look at the street. They had the street. Hold on.
Yeah, no, this don't look. Like,
no, that's
hell no. That's not our science. That's not us.
Okay.
It sounds like Minnesota or something, though. Minnesota, Green Bay.
Let me see.
They be having those kind of streets, like White Bear Avenue.
No, Minnesota got a lot of like Native American streets.
Yeah, but it's just like they're recording themselves doing this, like trying to get into a shootout.
Yeah, I'm sure the cops appreciate them doing these videos.
I definitely appreciate that shit because I watch them. So thank you.
I'm sick of Donald Trump. I'm sick of his policies. I'm sick of being treated like a second-class citizen in the United States of America because I am a minority and a woman. I'm sick of not having health care. I'm sick of not earning a livable wage.
I want to rob this bitch too.
This country represents right now.
None of the shit she's complaining about is exclusive to blacks.
Bro, none of that shit she's complaining about is something that she's dealing with. This bitch has all of that. She has health care through her fucking career job because she went to college and got like fucking 3 dumbass careers, 3 dumbass degrees. None of this shit is like affecting her at all.
Everything she just bitched about is what I'm experiencing right now. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, she's like, oh, let me make another video. Make sure my lighting's
This word has
right.
been used to hurt.
Yeah, this is fucking they had a protest for Shiloh Hendricks, the N-word lady in Rochester.
This word has been used to hurt black people since the beginning of time. So I mean, it's 2025. We should stop that. It makes no sense.
Oh, you should stop.
Hate has no home here. These are the words that many in the community are chanting outside of Rochester City Hall, demanding justice.
We are looking for the woman in question to be charged.
You need to charge Shiloh.
A viral video of a woman seen to be making racial slurs to a black child at a Rochester park is leaving many in the community feeling uneasy.
I'm a black person myself and I have black children, and I worry about them every day when they go outside.
For this incident to happen.
So when her black children leave,
She's being for real though, because she's talking about like when they legit go outside and sun stand.
think about it. She's worried about Shiloh when her black children go outside. That's what, and if you're a white person, you believe that, we gotta review this IQ debate, man. We gotta revisit that, man.
Person myself and I have black children, and I worry about them every day when they go outside.
For this incident to happen and take place over an autistic child is unreasonable.
Right. And guess who didn't show up to this? Guess who didn't show up? The mom or the autistic child. So it's what, 2-3 weeks in, and we have not had one fucking sighting of the mom and the 5-year-old autistic child. I told you that child was probably like 10, 11, and they know they can't produce a 5-year-old autistic child, so they just keeping everything in the background, and they still want to use this incident, but they're never going to produce a 5-year-old autistic child.
Yep. They're just going to continue to say 5-year-old child, 5-year-old child, 5-year-old child. Yeah,
Rochester People's Action Community hosted the protest Monday afternoon to disrupt business at the government center during work hours. Speakers included officials from Rochester's Community Engagement Response Team.
Justice needs to be more than a word right now. It needs to become a standard, okay?
A representative of the Somali community.
The pain this child endured is a pain that echoes through every one of us.
And Mirkim Norton, who spoke on the city's effort to condemn racism and create a safe community for all.
The city of Rochester stands with you against all forms of discrimination, racism, and hate.
Since the spark of the video, a woman has identified herself as Shiloh Hendricks on a crowdfunding site. Rochester Police completed its investigation into the incident and submitted its findings to the city's attorney's office to make the decision to press any charges.
I'm thinking the outcome will be as good as we want it to be. Yeah, I think it's justice will be served.
Some protesters expressed that today's event may not be enough for the outcome they're hoping for.
We've been marching since Martin Luther King. It's time to stop marching and we got to show some action.
As this
Jesus Christ.
Yo, that's queen shit. That's our queen right there.
So fucking annoying.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, okay, so hold on.
Like I said,
Nothing, bro.
like I said, you get that. You
Yo,
get that.
chill.
Fuck these motherfucking millions, son.
It's not enough.
Yeah, we get that. Dirty ass my side.
Sir.
Dirty ass niggas.
Hold on.
Dirty ass. Shorty ass. Don't see you after my side.
No, pues, güey, le dijeron que se esperara y se nos quedó.
You know, my sisters were giving
Wow.
me shit and calling me racist and everything.
Yeah, okay,
And
so
I just send them videos like this, and I'm like, how many videos of Asian people do you have that do this kind of shit, you know? Like, what
Yeah.
other race does this kind of shit?
Yo, Breeder literally said, man, all I told him was to wait, and he lost his shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's that simple. It really, and here's the thing though, like, it doesn't have to be like these big fucking things. Because I think people always think that it's like, well, it's got to be like make sense to you, right? Like people always try to like logically, hey man, that doesn't make sense. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're off the wrong side. You're dealing with a son, man, right? Somebody like if I go back to this, right? Let me go back to this one, right? Okay, so her, right? She's probably been in 30 brawls, going back to like, elementary school and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a woman, like just a regular. You know how you think of a woman? This is a person who's been in brawls at the club, in the street, da 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 da. Her, what do you call it? What do you call that? Her pedigree, her essence is different than a woman. She has the essence of a, you know what I mean? It's kind of like how, in the street, like certain niggas got, if they put in work, you know what I'm saying, that they more likely to put in more work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you a shooter, you know what I'm saying? Like you usually different than the niggas that just be fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like she different than a regular woman. Like your mom is, who probably just ain't been in a fight, since like elementary school. This woman probably fights all the time. Her boyfriend.
Why you saying probably?
Yeah, this guy's probably been to prison multiple times. You know what I'm saying? He probably has been in shootouts and he probably knows a bunch of guys that are in the streets. So it's like when like white people see this online, they're like, oh my God, why did he respond like that? Like these are not people like you. These people are not like you. He'll go to prison over this shit for the rest of his life. And you would never go to prison for the rest of your life over something this small. He would. He would go to prison for the rest of his life over this.
And be okay with it.
You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't. So you're not the same. You can't compete with these people. Like we used to say, you can't compete with these people.
Yeah. Look, and I know some people don't understand. Like, they don't want to accept that. But whether you accept it or not, you can't compete.
Yeah, like if he was at home and she was here by herself, she would call him knowing he would come down here, throw his life away, and go to prison for the rest of his life. She would still call him to come do that.
Yeah.
Over this.
Right.
Not over this.
And phone call. Hey, y'all, check it out.
Come down here and throw your life away.
So some people's being naive and like linear thinkers is the reason for this, because some people hear this shit from like the barbershop. They be like, man, don't none of these murders get solved, man. You can just kill people, man. They don't even fucking, if it's a black person, man, they don't even look for the murderer. So in his mind, he thinks that no one solves murders. Even though he got 3 to 4 homies that's locked up for murder, he still think like, man, they don't be solving no murders, man. So he'll go do that shit thinking like, don't nobody solve no murders. He just joined his other 3 friends in prison that's locked up for murder.
That's crazy, dude.
The thinking, the thinking just doesn't make sense.
No, the mad thing.
His entire fucking profile is filled with free this, free this, free this, free that. But in his mind, no one goes to jail for murder. So he's just gonna go throw his life away at a Popeyes.
Right. But back to Ak's point as well, you know, like she wouldn't think twice about it, Ak, and he wouldn't think twice about it. Like she'll call him no problem, and he'll come and do it no problem.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason this didn't really go left is because of that fiberglass.
Damn.
When you think about it, you have to have fiberglass at the Popeyes in this neighborhood.
Man.
Bulletproof glass if you go into a Popeyes and it's a bulletproof glass, think about that. That didn't just happen. They didn't open up this Popeyes like that. This fiberglass came probably after
something happened.
Yeah,
the fiberglass is an adaptation for Negroes.
Yeah, and they're still reaching their hands. There's a little crack there's a little, like, you know what I'm saying, crevice in the fiberglass. They're trying to get through these little.
Yeah. A gun fit through there. You can put a gun through there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You need that because it's a zoo. It's a menagerie with these fucking sons walking about.
And this employee who's back here, he probably thinks when the store closes, he can just walk to his car freely without looking over his shoulder.
Like
he thinks it's over. Like he thinks when they leave that this shit is over.
Right.
We know better around here though.
He doesn't
support the channel. Hit the Cash App, PayPal.
Yeah, support the channel. Yeah, saving lives. But he don't know that, like, if this guy ever sees him again anywhere,
even in Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on.
Like I said.
Nothing, bro.
I said you get your These motherfuckers ain't something.
It's not Sir. Hold on.
Let's see you at my side.
No, pues, güey, le dijeron que se esperara y se me alteró.
What?
Yo,
I can't get past what she said.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on.
She literally says, "I told him to wait, and he lost his shit." She sounds confused. What you mean, wait, bitch?
Oh, this is the marshmallow jack.
Thank you.
What is this? Free?
Yeah, free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much milk I can take. This guy got me hold on. It's funny.
Yo, man, I have kids. 7 kids.
So basically, it's like, hey, leave something, take something for the community. The nigga came and took everything. Everybody took like, don't know what they needed. The nigga came and took everything.
He can't help it, man. He can't help it. We had like this is in Canada, by the way. We had an infamous thing in Canada where like these Patel ladies just stole the entire fucking bowl of candy from like multiple houses during Halloween.
Jeez.
So it's in like the black and brown like bloodline. Like that's just how they are.
Well, no, it's low trust societies. Like,
yeah,
it's just that it's they would not. That's why their societies are low trust.
Yo,
because of their nature.
Yo, so we stay in like a this is probably like a 70-30 glider, the majority neighborhood. So this year we left up like the pot of candy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we got cameras. Yeah, like take 2 pieces or take 1 piece, whatever. That's what we left the sign. So we had cameras. We had cameras and shit like that. So we was watching it, you know what I'm saying? But we was out trick-or-treating with the kids because we got little kids too. And it lasted a decent amount of time. So we was like proud, you know? And then some kids came and they took everything, bro.
No.
Bro, they
it's
took everything, bro.
Jesus.
It's like a science experiment with your little camera.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Hey, what did your girl say about that? What did your wife say about that? What are her thoughts on it?
I mean, she thought it was just like, that's fucked up. It's funny, but it's fucked up when I was like,
she said white people do it too.
Yeah, but like, yo, we had lasted, bro. We lasted like 3 hours on like 4 bags of candy.
Yeah.
And then some kids came and they probably not from like the neighborhood.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna tell you that. So do you think they were not from the neighborhood? I would say
No. Our neighborhood is like one of those neighborhoods where
I would say
kids
no.
come from the hood to trick or treat and shit.
Yeah, the good, because they got the good stuff.
That sounds dangerous, bro. Sounds very dangerous.
Yeah,
that's why we go out with our kids.
Yeah, that's low trust societies. They don't. You just can't have anything, and that's why they say poverty creates crime, or crime creates poverty. Crime creates poverty because here's the thing: when you can't have things like that pantry, that hurts the community. That's something less that the community can't have.
But check this out, though. Down the street at the park, we got a free book pantry.
Yeah, I know them good.
The shit that, you know what I'm saying, that shit that be in the glass, like in the thing with the open glass.
They don't fuck with that. Niggas do not
They don't fuck with that. So my daughter, she goes once a week and get a new book and take it back. And there's always books there, bro.
Yep. Never inquiring about knowledge. Let's see this one.
So I'm in a Toronto game, and this is Sarah with her employee number. She's harassing me about my ticket. She said I got in here illegitimately, and there's 1,000 people around me, and she's not asking no one else for their ticket but mine. But the only black people.
I am. She's a security supervisor, right?
Why would I be in here illegitimately, though? Why would she say that to me? Illegitimately. I did not say that. You did. Illegitimately.
Can I speak to you for a second?
We're the only black people, and we're the only people you want to ask about to see our tickets. Miss Sarah, it's always a fucking Karen. So I'm in a Toronto game, and
Man, rinse and repeat, right?
It's so exhausted, man.
They're so predictable, so fucking predictable.
Jeez.
Like I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, have we ever seen a tiger do some shit like this? Like, oh, like causing a scene.
I don't know. Not that I can think of. Look at this. Here go another thing. Like, listen, man, this one right here. This dude might be hungry, man. Who knows, man? He might be hungry.
He put a donut in the back of his hand.
He don't know he's being recorded too.
With his bare hands. Oh. Oh, let's get some more on the way out. Take some more on the way out. He put a donut in the back of his hand.
Hey man, son.
Hey, are we at a worldwide N-word fatigue?
For sure.
Worldwide.
I haven't
See,
heard
Europe is kind of like, I don't know if Europe is fatigued.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of like a worldwide fatigue, but I'm
They
hearing a
not
lot
tired.
of American fatigue though.
Yeah, they're not tired yet. I mean, Europe got a high tolerance.
Europe is like, thank you, sir, man. I have another.
Yeah, exactly.
But America, I think America has finally reached this breaking point.
I don't think we're there yet either, though.
No, we there, bro.
I think we're kind of like, okay, when Rosa Parks happened, right? They comparing LA to Rosa Parks. That was 1955. Everything kind of kicked off of what, 68. So yeah, like I think we're there.
MLK died in 68, right?
Yeah.
April 12th or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we're yes, this was a pivotal moment. Don't get me wrong. These times are groundbreaking times. It's a seismic shift, but the actual, because you got to remember how much has to be undone, right? Even with the civil rights, they had to change all the laws. They had to go to the Supreme Court with a bunch of shit. It's like somebody got an echo, but it's like this one. This one they're gonna have to think about it. You gotta roll back all the shit that enables sons to be like this.
It's a lot too.
It's woven into the culture. It's not like sons are just like this. Sons are just like this, but the things that allow them to just get away with it. Yeah. You gotta get rid of that.
I feel like we're at a point where like a parent whose kid really disappointed them, but we're not done with the kids. Our kid, we love him.
Yeah.
He really disappointed us right now. We're not happy with our kid right now. But I think we'll get over it because we love him,
What's crazy about this shit is that, like, we've been 13, 12, probably 11, probably, percent of the population for all this time, and we don't read the room at all, right? It was at a point where, like, like, sons were like, oh man, they giving us music, they giving us entertainment, they not really fucking us up, and now that we like not really giving anything, like basketball's down, football's kind of down.
Yeah.
Entertainment is down. It's not no good movies. It's not no good artists. And like now we just like fucking them up. Like we're killing the shit out of them too.
Yeah.
And like we don't read the room at all. And now that our annoyingness is like at a fucking level 10,000, right? Since 2020. So like the George Floyd effect is still kind of like high on like the some people mind, but it's died off politically. Like the political aspect of like the George Floyd effect is completely dead. Like DAs are
Here's the
being
thing.
fucking recalled, mayors are being
Yeah.
recalled, but like some people don't see that shit at all. So you know what I'm saying? They still kind of like just hitting the fucking floor running, right? Because we're
Yeah,
linear
we're
thinkers.
children. We're children. We don't think about the big picture at all. Yeah.
Right. And that's just like it's just like, bro, we're reading this shit so bad, like so wrong, that it's just like
Yeah.
But making it
like the
worse.
gliders are probably just like, do these niggers understand? Like, we're tired of y'all.
Yeah.
And we haven't even realized that like it's like an N-word fatigue. Like that N-word fatigue shit and like the woke mind, they haven't even crossed it yet on Black Twitter, bro. Like Black Twitter hasn't even came across that yet.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Let me tell you this. When you talk about the major thing that happened, I'm gonna tell you the major thing that happened. When Elon Musk bought Twitter. Because what happens is, let's say 2020, you're a glider and you're watching all these fucking apes chimp out in the streets and burn everything down, and you think it's appalling and disgusting, and you go on Twitter and no one thinks it's appalling and disgusting, and you like, well, maybe something's wrong with me. Maybe I am racist. Maybe I don't understand all that they've been through. Because when the liberal guy Jack Dorsey owned Twitter, any white person who sneezed wrong on Twitter got their account suspended or got deplatformed, and any of the major people that were talking about these things, were deplatformed. Once Elon takes over Twitter, he allows everyone to have free speech. So now you're like, white people are seeing other white people like, yeah, these motherfuckers, I got black fatigue. It's like, oh, you got black fatigue too? Yeah, I got and now it's like you don't feel alone. The white people who thought something was wrong, who just really were just like, yo, this is something is not right about this country right now. They
Exactly.
go on Twitter and they can see a gazillion other white people saying
And that's the
exactly the
thing.
same shit.
And you know what's crazy about that? Everything that you said is true, right? But 90 fucking 9% of some people don't even see that. They don't even realize that it's just like, bro, we're annoyed by y'all right now. Leave us the fuck
Yeah,
alone.
yeah, chill out.
Like
Take a seat. Take a seat.
chill,
Take several seats.
take a seat back, bro. Like become like the fucking non-FBAs. Like we don't hear fucking Nigerians complaining. This is our first time in a millennial years of hearing the Somalians and fucking goddamn
Yeah.
Minnesota complain. They've been here for decades. We ain't really even heard about them complaining until now because they can't read the room.
Hmm. And I don't
It's
think
just
that
like,
kid that was going in their purse was smiling either.
just shut the fuck up and
Um,
enjoy the fucking ride. We have been rewarded with so much shit, bro.
yeah. You almost can't blame him though. I don't blame him because again,
Fuck out of here, bro. We're
all three
annoying,
of us
bro.
here, all three of us talked about how at some point in time we were liberal. We were a part of the propaganda and we snapped out of it, right? But we were a part of that. I could see how they're delusional because they're being told this shit. Look, I mean, have you heard the mayor talk recently? I don't blame some people for being lost in their
Bro,
own world.
some
You know?
people don't give no fuck about no goddamn mayor, bro.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people,
true. That's true. But
if you
then you
show
hear
a
what
picture,
LeBron says. Then you hear
if
what
you
like
show,
LeBron and them say.
bro, if you go in the hoods of Chicago and you have names in a hat and it's
Yeah,
like four fucking names and it's like the last five mayors and Barack Obama, and you ask them
yeah,
who's the mayor of
But
Chicago, you'll probably get a
right.
3 out of 10 fucking correct response.
but look, bro, I'm not talking about the song we're shooting dice. I'm talking about the queens defending them. They are aware. You know what I mean? And they're the ones that they're kind of the ones that have the most impact in Blakistan. The sisters are the
Yeah,
ones that seem to have the say in it. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for being delusional to a degree. You know what I mean? Because the propaganda is a motherfucker, man.
yeah, but also like it's kind of like, well, who makes the culture? what is the IQ of culture? Like, well, who makes the culture? The people do. So the people who have the IQ make the culture. So it's like it always comes back to the people. Like we're like whoever's the
Right, right.
propaganda, right? If you go for if you send this propaganda, like think about the propaganda that works on these people.
Right, for
These
sure.
people are morons. Like black. Like listen, every black person I know in real life, every single one in real life would be horrified by listening to this episode. Just
Oh,
this
100%.
episode, horrified.
I mean,
Every single one. But
right.
there's a lot of black people here, and you know what I'm saying? And you could get fooled into thinking that this is a representation of black America, the black people in our nation. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not.
Do you remember what a glider told me and you? What was a while ago now, but he said this glider said to us that he used to think that all some people were shit until he got on Ag Nation and he realized that not all some people were bad. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like there, I feel like this channel is a positive, man. It can be if you open your mind anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, by coming to this channel, he went from 100% to 99. It's not like it changed all that much, right?
No,
Right.
but I mean, it is 99, right? I guess I don't know.
Yeah. If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, with a super chat.
You know, a point that Crook made a second ago I wanted to add to Ak was how yeah, some people are 13 or so of the population, but it feels like they're like 50, man. 50 or more. Sometimes it feels like that. You know what I mean?
They
Oh
are
yeah, if you're in the
50.
city.
They may as well be,
Well,
because
I mean, not
that's
even just in real life, but like on TV.
Well, listen, if you're where I'm at, if you're where I'm at, like these little towns, this you won't say that, right? Like rural America and shit. Like for instance, Philly, once you leave Philly, like if you're in Philly, it feel like it's 100% black, right? Once you leave Philly and start getting away from Philly, no, it feels like white people. It's a gazillion white people. Now, if you go to one of these little towns where, you know, the people from New York and Philly are moving to escape Philly and shit, and it's like 10% blacks. Oh yeah, because the blacks use public transportation. The blacks linger in public. The blacks loiter. The blacks you just be walking down the street for no fucking reason. The blacks hang in front of stores. So it's like, yeah, if you're riding your car through a city with 10% blacks, it feels like it's 50% black. Because the white people are just going, they go places and they go home. Or they hang out in their backyard. Niggas hang out on the porch. You know what I'm saying? Or white people, you know what I'm saying? Like they're in the house. Niggas is just outside doing nothing. So yeah, that's why it seems like there's a lot of us because we're visible. We are visible, and we like for instance, one thing
Yeah.
I noticed in my city, like in DC, right? If you crossing the street, right, the niggas in the car gonna be staring at you, right? Like they're just gonna be all in your face. And if you're in a car and you're stopped at a light and the niggas is crossing the street, the niggas is all up in the car, right? Niggas just be like that, and I mean not even like on a negative thing, but niggas just all up in your face when you in your car. You know what I'm saying? And when they on the sidewalk or when they, standing at the crosswalk or something. White people, they don't do that. It'd be the damnedest thing. Like white people don't even look at you in your car. When they're on the street and you pass by a bunch of white people, they don't look in your car. They're not all up in your face. It's weird. Like niggas is different, man. Like niggas is just different, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and this channel has really does you know what this channel Ak is like. You know, if you eat like a dish that you've never had, right? Like the whole DNA argument, it'll make you. It's tough for your stomach, right? Because again, I think the propaganda. But if you really open your mind to it and you at least like you don't have to agree with it, but at least open your mind to it, really look at it, think about it. It becomes, the more you eat the meal, the dish, the more your stomach is able to process it easier,
Right. Right. Definitely. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this.
A small business owner is calling his clothing store a total loss after looters tore through and took thousands of dollars in merchandise. But the owner didn't go down without a fight.
The pain is still raw for Hak Tong Kim, a first-generation Korean-American and small business owner.
I couldn't sleep almost 2 days. I think I only sleep a couple hours.
His store, City Fashion in Bronzeville, was ransacked Sunday night. Thieves smashed the windows,
I lose around $350,000.
taking with them thousands of dollars worth of clothes, shoes, and accessories.
I'm so unlucky. I don't have any insurance. I have only liability.
Kim painstakingly watched the devastation from the parking lot, only leaving the store after dozens of calls from his family begging him to come home. He stood strong, wrench in hand, guarding the store for hours, pleading with looters to leave it alone.
I explained to them, please don't break the window. This is small business. I'm the owner here.
Eventually, it wasn't safe to stay, and they broke through. Kim walks us through what's left.
They took everything.
The thieves even made it to the basement to find a brand new cash register. They smashed it. There was no money inside.
It is devastating to see senseless things like this happen to him. I think it is really important at this point that we help him so that he can have a hope back.
His community is behind him, volunteers showing up to sweep up glass and board up windows.
This is unfortunate, a tragic thing, but at the same time, because of this, people are uniting and helping each other.
But Kim feels defeated, his hard work destroyed in a matter of minutes.
I don't want to reopen.
And sadly, you heard Mr. Kim does not have plans to reopen at this time because of the emotional toll this has all taken on him. For now, cleanup continues.
I mean, again, behavior patterns.
Are we gonna talk?
What we just saw a second ago was another behavior pattern.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the never mix trend? If you don't know what I'm talking about, or you've never stumbled across a video like that, there's a trend going on right now where they're taking pictures of usually Scandinavian women or Northwestern European women, whether they're blonde, blue-eyed, ginger, green-eyed, brunette, hazel-eyed women, and then they're writing in the caption, but also as a title for the video, never mix. And then if you look at the comments, by the way, it's like a specific song that they put it under too. But if you look at the comments like usually the top comment is never mix snow with dirt. I don't even know how, one, this is acceptable, because there's so many videos at this point that there must be somebody at TikTok who knows what the trend is about. And there's a whole hashtag for it. I don't know why we're allowing this to happen, but also it's getting so many views and so many likes, and people are just like, there's people with normal profiles with their actual names commenting, agreeing with this trend. Like, people are not ashamed they're not ashamed. Before, people would like use their fake profiles to agree with things like this. Now people are so proud of this that they don't mind doing it on their real accounts. So are we going to speak about it or not?
She still thinks that,
Are
like,
we going to talk about the
white
never mix
people,
trend? If
white
you don't know what I'm
people,
talking about,
like, hey, white people, you can't do that, and white people like, oh, sorry, we won't do that anymore. That is getting on the way. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's not happening anymore.
Also, if we're bad and shit, and evil and white and all that, like, why would you want to mix with us?
Exactly.
And you can't expect like a fully evolved, like, blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman to just like mix and not have like gliders upset about that. Like, let's just be real.
Right. And like, so
Called out. The phrase "never mix" has been pretty popular these past couple of days because of that one girl who got doxxed for saying it. And while I do think doxing is bad and I don't support it, It's kind of like, what did you think was going to happen, right? You called out interracial relationships as a whole with your face attached to it, and you thought people were just going to start agreeing with you. Right? Being racist is bad. And do I agree with
Yeah,
that?
but doxing it, like, okay, so what? But doxing her is. What did you think was going to happen? You said you called out interracial relationships and you're white. Black women call out interracial relationships all the time on social media. That's literally 25% of black women's tweets are complaining about black men always fucking with white women. Something around that. And they never get doxxed. So why should a white woman have known, hey, what did you think was going to happen, white woman? Of course you're going to get doxxed. It's like crazy, right?
Plus, like, yo, let's be real. Most people don't think mixing is a good thing. Most people feel that
Black
way.
women don't think it is a good thing. Black women, they are on the record. Black men are fine with it.
Yeah, that's because like black men are, you know how there's like blood typing, right? There's like the universal donor. That's what black guys are. Like they'll go to any group of women and they want to like assimilate them into their like black supremacist fantasies, and like they want to take all the women basically.
Yeah, I mean we're sexual. We're very sexual. And we're very confident, like sexually. We're very confident sexually.
Take, well, if I did, I wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be a person. I'd be a concept. So there's nothing wrong with interracial marriages, obviously. But another point that I want to bring up is that I firmly believe people are products of their environment. Am I excusing her actions? Absolutely not. Do I think she came up with these on her own? Also no. What I'm trying to say is that racism is not an innate behavior. It's a learned ideology. And every child comes out of the womb with a blank moral canvas, which later gets painted with the colors of their environment. And this girl is pretty young. I don't think we know her exact age, but she's in high school. And what's even more sad is that she genuinely believes the harmful rhetoric that she's spewing on the internet is fact. And that's not a biological defect that she was born with. That's a social one. I'll end it off with this.
Oh my God, this guy's fucking retarded.
Do we agree here on the panel that like racism, quote unquote, is innate? In fact, it's something you're born with.
Yeah, I mean, I think preference, in-group preference is something you're born with.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I would say so, right?
Like you don't need to learn it really. I mean, you could probably learn it to have even more preference, but like I would imagine everyone has like an innate preference, and then what they do to you in like public education, especially to white people, is try to like beat that out of you, basically.
Yeah. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Twitter's crazy now.
Yeah. Too bad every white guy don't look like that. I can tell you that for sure. All you white guys
right.
Like
They would like to think so, but no
yeah.
shot.
Salute to Aldous Orwell. He says, you see that son boy flipping out on Piers Morgan when he tried to get my Snow Queen to say the magic N-word? Other dude on the panel held up. Listen, I will say this about Mark Lamont Hill in that moment. Like, I don't think Pierce should have told that woman to say the N-word. I think that was out of line. Because here's the thing. Like, Mark Lamont Hill was right. He is the pro-black on the panel. And if she says the N-word while he's on the panel, he does have to engage her because he's the pro-black on the panel. The other black guy is just a conservative who doesn't give a fuck, and he, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, whatever, he's a troll, kind of like a troll, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't give a fuck. But since Mark Lamont Hill is known to be a fucking pro-black, and you say, hey, white lady, say the N-word. And it's like, if she says it, now Mark Lamont Hill she's saying it to him.
Man, fuck him.
No, listen. He was right, though. He was right. she's saying it to him. It's all white people in Myron Gaines, right? If she said the N-word, the pro-black fist in the air dude is the one that she's saying it to.
Yeah, but even if she wasn't saying it to him, he would get sensitive about it.
No, but what I'm saying is that on that panel, he's the all right. Look, let me give you something you can feel, right? You're the only Hispanic person on here, right?
Right.
Pantheon, you up?
Yeah, I'm here.
Say wetback.
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 Whoa! What the fuck? Yeah, nah, come on, nah, that.
No. What I'm saying is the only person that could possibly be offended by that is you. You might not be offended. You might be based, but the only person that is possibly offended by that is you.
Right. Or Mark Lamont could be base. He should be. He should man
No,
up.
but he's not. But he's not.
But
he's the opposite of base.
But he's
And
not.
he comes,
Right.
and you had him on because he's not based.
Right.
Right. You had him on because he's not. That would be like if I had on. Let's just say you was like a Latino gangbanger, right?
Yeah.
From Chicago, well, low IQ that never left the block.
Right.
You would have been mad as shit about that.
I don't know. Look, I just find it interesting like that we disagree on this one and the fight. I think calling the 5-year-old the song word is fucked up, and saying that with Mark Lamont there is not fucked up. But we're the opposite on that.
But what he was saying was that Pierce telling her to say it. Now, if she had just said it, we understand. You understand what I'm saying? Like if she had just said it, like on here, people have said the N-word, but if the host asks her, a white host says, "Hey, say it." A white man asked her to say it. He is asking her to engage the one pro-black dude on the panel. She is.
Yeah.
That wasn't like you sometimes the liberal guy can be right. I'm not. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Pierce was wrong for saying that. You invited this guy on here. You know he's fucking pro-black, and you're telling a white woman on national TV to say the word in front of him.
I'll give you the inviting him on there part.
Also, if Pierce has had balls, like he should have said it himself.
Exactly.
Why are you trying to get a white woman to take the fall for you?
Exactly.
You have the show, have the balls, and say it to Mark Lamont Hill's face there and then.
Exactly. You say it, or let her say it organically, but you don't ask a woman to say the N-word in front of a pro-black dude. You know what I'm saying? Who's got to go on other shows and then
and defend the fact that he stood up to her.
Yeah, or that he didn't stand up to her, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this is and it's like you're doing that, and I understand that dude from his perspective. You got to understand it. That's only just from his perspective. I'm not saying that that's the perspective of the land, but from his perspective, I understood what he was saying. Like that's like when we used to be on the train and we used to fuck with people. Like we'd be on the train after school and it'd be rush hour, so the white people and the working class people would be on the train with us. He'd be like, "Hey, I bet you won't throw that piece of paper at that dude right there." Like some white dude would be sitting there reading paper. He'd be like, "Hey, I bet you won't throw a quarter." I'm gonna say that with a quarter. You a bitch. And it's like, "No, I do it. Give me the quarter." Like it's, you know what I'm saying?
You send them out the river, yeah. You know what? I think I agree more with the Arab that was on that panel. The one that pulled out the sun gun. I think like you're goofy, Lamont. Stop crying. But again, I everything you're saying, I understand what you're saying. I understand you. I just don't necessarily agree.
Yeah, it's just like some high school shit or some grade school shit. You know what I'm saying? I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't give him a wet willy. You scared?
Yeah, I wonder why he
I ain't
thought it was a good
I ain't
idea.
scared. I'll do it. And then you do it, and now y'all two fighting, and I'm standing back watching y'all.
Right.
I'm standing back, was watching y'all fight for entertainment.
That's great. That's funny. I wonder what made him think that was a good idea. But I like this
because it was in the
picture on the
moment. It was
screen,
in the
though.
spur of the moment. It was just a spur of the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like this picture though. Why? Because the point about how to some of these like nationalist dudes, this is what they see in their mind. Like, not all of you guys look like this, you know?
Nah, hell no. Y'all
But
look like
what's the
King of the
caption
Hill
at?
characters. They look like literally King of the Hill characters came to life.
Right.
That's how they look.
Like if this glider on the screen started to talk shit about superior race, then maybe I could stomach it, right? But when you hear like a glider that looks like, he has a beer pot belly, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. They say European hair genes, European eye genes, European pink lip genes. Yeah. This is what is it? Hold on. What is the stat? It says mixed race couples and their children experience the following relative to monoracial white couples. Lower birth rates, shorter gestational period, higher rates of infant mortality, lower birth weight, more likely to have anemia, more likely to have diabetes. Well, that's black. That's black stuff. They're gonna have the black gene. All of this stuff.
Even if all that shit's correct, though, or is not correct, rather, I still don't agree with it. Like, it's just not. Some things aren't meant to be changed. Like, there's just no reason for it.
But I mean, it does happen though. I mean,
Very rarely.
Is it rare, man?
Mixed is so small in comparison. Like white people, you need to concentrate on reproducing internally.
Yeah,
you guys, do you have children? Are you married with children?
That's what I tell the white guys.
If
are you married with children, you guys?
Sorry, what? I can't hear you.
Are you married with children?
No, but like I'm not even like 30 yet, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but still, should have popped some out.
That's not.
Yeah, I know. I need to like recreate like Germany. I understand, but
you need to save the white race, buddy.
If you go to like a diverse city, right, where gliders are not even 50%, most people still stay within their same group. Like, so the interracial dating compared to the diversity of the population it's not
tiny, it's minuscule.
Yeah, so that to me means most people low key are just not interested in it.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, I mean, the most interracial dating is black men with other women.
Yeah.
So it's like the black men come and they fuck the other women, they give them babies, and then the relationship ends somehow, right? So you have a woman with a bunch of beige babies. I see that a lot when I go to these little towns. I see a lot of beige babies.
Yeah, like you have it in London, especially because most of if you want to like council estates and working class women, most of them were with Jamaican men. So mixed millennials, a lot of them always have like a Jamaican dad and a white, like Irish or English.
Right, exactly. I see it too.
Yeah.
You know the stat that we saw a while ago. I thought was interesting was that some men leave glider queens at the single mother rate at higher rates than with sisters. Remember that?
Right.
It's crazy.
And you know why that may be, if you think about it, the glider woman has a higher has a higher IQ than the sister. Also, the glider woman is not his natural mate. So it's like if the glider woman did that, she's more likely to exit that relationship than the black woman, because the black woman is his natural counterpart. So that may be a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that white women are easier to get along with than black women. So it's like, and I'm not, and listen, it just is a fact. Like, whether you want to say nature or nurture, white women are easier to get along with than black women.
Yeah, I thought it reflected more on the brothers than anything, personally. Correct me if
Yeah, I
I'm
think
wrong.
it's the woman. I think it's the woman because I mean,
I don't think it's the woman.
But the
If
men are the ones
black men are
leaving.
useless as
But the sun
partners
men
and
are
just
leaving.
men collectively.
The sun men
yeah,
are leaving them, Mike.
no, but the sun men are putting them through shit, and the black woman is more likely to stay and put up with the shit.
Yeah, that's the way
But,
I'd put it too.
right. But they also leave though. They do leave, right?
Right. But the sun man will stay around if you gonna put up with the shit. If you gonna put up with the shit, he'll stay around.
Right. Well,
On his terms. If he can have the relationship on his terms.
Yeah. Well, part of his shit includes him having kids with other bitches.
Right. Right. That's what I said, on his terms.
Yeah, so if a glider doesn't want that, then he will quote unquote leave. But a sun man quote unquote leaving is just a sun man leaving once he loses access to pussy.
Right.
He's getting expelled. He's not leaving.
Yeah.
You know the craziest shit I've seen. Well, one of the crazy things I've seen some men do is like they'll have their own kids, but they don't interact with them. But they're interacting with another man's kids because
There'll be a stepdad, isn't it?
Because they're fucking them out, so they'll like have some
I've
kind of
seen that so
interaction
many
with other
times.
kids.
I've seen that
And there'll
so
be
many
a
times.
stepdad to fully white children and then leave their own black children.
Yeah, I mean, at least call your kid once a year.
Yeah, no, I've seen that
That's
so many times. That's the darndest thing. That is the darndest thing, to have like 6 baby mothers in the city, but be living with a woman who has 6 children by another guy. And like you may have a baby with her or something, but it's like it's just I seen that. So that's a phenomenon that's just so fucking odd. But I've seen it all my life that it really doesn't strike me as that. But if you step back, it's the damnedest thing, man.
Have you
Till I have
seen
6 baby mothers. Yeah,
I think it's on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but they're called the Jenkins. They live in one room. She's white, he's black. She has 2 white children. I think they have 4 black children. Neither of them work, and she's pregnant again. So they're about to have 6 or 7 children in one bed. Then they became homeless and were in a hotel.
Yep, black dudes will spread their seed like we will go around and we will give your woman something that you can't. We'll cold approach your woman. A lot of races, they like I noticed I don't see white guys cold approaching white women.
No, it's not normal. It's not
right.
normal.
A sun man will cold approach a white woman anywhere.
In broad daylight, yes. On the subway,
anywhere. And if you're a woman, let's just keep it real. There's a flat that's like, you know, like even if you don't like that, even if you don't like the guy,
still you'll feel a bit. You'll feel something.
Yeah, it's like
oh, this is not usual.
It'll make your heart flutter. It'll make you
you know what? I seen it at one time. I was with a glider queen, right? A coworker, and we were getting coffee, right? And this burrito working there, he looked like a complete cornball nerd. He complimented her. He said, "Wow, you look beautiful." Whatever the fuck he said, I heard him, right? She came out flattered. She told another coworker, "Oh, you know, this guy just complimented me." I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's okay. Yeah. She's not necessarily ugly, this girl, right? But I was thinking, like, wow, she was actually flattered by this weirdo.
Here's the thing, too. Like, a sun man is not necessarily preying on the Farrah Fawcett's and the Scarlett Johanssons. You know what I'm saying? Of white America. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what I mean? They getting the Rosie O'Donnells and the goddamn, you know, like Sunday. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. Like, if you go, these sun men, if you go to the movies in a rural town where sun people have moved to, you're gonna see a lot of skinny black dudes with Gucci belts on and Air Jordans and goddamn Louis Vuitton jackets in there with fat white women.
That's true, but I've also seen brothers with some attractive glider queens or non-sisters.
No,
right?
but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying like that it never happens. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
that the majority
Right.
of is regular. They're not like just taking the best. You know what I'm
No, they
saying?
get Big Bertha. The
Yeah.
leftovers.
Now in high schools, high school, the brothers is sleeping with some nice white girls because
But
you know
that's
what I'm
probably
saying.
because they're connected to athletics.
And they're alphas, like they're fighting and they're
They peak.
posturing and they peacocking and they're you know what I'm saying, and they're like, think about it, if you're a fucking sun turd in a high school and you're like, you know what I'm saying, just letting your nuts hang everywhere, and the glider guys are like going to class, taking AP courses and shit and doing the soccer practice.
Nerd.
Like, and the white guys are like, you know what I'm saying, like talking to you normal, and the black dudes is like always trying to fuck, wearing you down. One thing about son, where they wear you down too. Like you may not, the girl may not want to fuck, she may not, but the son not gonna just take that as no. He not gonna just say, oh, you don't want to fuck? Okay, fine, I'll never speak to you again. Like son is resilient, man. He can take that and come back, and then 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 he fucks your friend, and you're like, oh, this guy who's been giving me all this attention, he just fucked my friend. Now I'm jealous. It's like now you in a weird place. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So now you want to give him some pussy. So it's like, it's just weird, man. It's just like sons. Trust me, I'm a son, man.
I will say
Aggressive,
going
man.
to New York and DC was lethal because I was just walking around, and then there's that thing that once you open your mouth, it's like the eyes pop, or people were approaching me, and I was like, yeah, no. But I'm very quick to shut it down.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no, absolutely. There was, oh my god, you're from England? Like, it's, yeah. Well, once that started, it was like, oh, can I get your nuts? No, thank you. Oh, you're from England, and then trying to discontinue a chain of conversation.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, like, that attention is when you like, for instance,
if you go out seeking attention, like you're getting it from anywhere, it's fine. But if you're not in the mood, like you don't want attention, Why do you think women have gone for the over-ear headphones? They don't want to be bothered.
No doubt. But what I'm saying is that, like, a guy, like, for instance, like the guy that liked you for like in 9th grade and he never said nothing to you the whole time you're in high school, or this nigga that's gonna see you and instantly be like, hey, what's up? What's your name? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I went to an all-girls school from 13.
Okay.
So.
but you know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
right. Like there's something
I
about there's something about a man of action. You know what I'm saying? A man who knows what he wants.
But you also, when you're a teenager, you also know like when an absolute twat is approaching you. When the school joker is approaching you.
Yeah, but girls usually end up with the bad guy. Like let's stop acting like girls end up with the good guy. Girls always end up with the bad guy. And the bad guy is usually the guy that's cold approaching you. The good guy is not going to cold approach you. The good guy's too shy.
The good guy's still growing.
And he's too in his head. He's in there. Maybe she didn't like me. Maybe she's not. The bad guy's like, yo, he's selfish. He's arrogant. He's narcissistic. He don't second guess himself. He just see you and he wants you, and I'm telling you, man. Like, trust me, man. I see everybody I know is aggressive. Like, I grew up in DC. All the dudes I know are aggressive. All of them on this. You know, even the ones that ain't aggressive, they're not aggressive just because they live in DC. If you put them anywhere else, they would be the most aggressive dude.
I will say that some men use their body more, so they're very quick to, like they'll position their body like in place of the exit. So the woman is literally like trapped, and then you're trying to look around like, where the hell can I get out from?
Yeah.
What's one race you wouldn't date?
Black.
Why black? Because I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, and I know how they are.
How are they?
Grimy.
What's one race you wouldn't date?
Black.
Why black?
Because I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, and I know.
She sucked 100 black dicks.
Yeah,
and
she
she
got
probably
like
she wouldn't date any more black dicks.
yeah, that's right. Exactly. That's what she's saying. Exactly. No
Know
more.
how they are.
How are they?
Grimy.
What's one race you wouldn't date?
Black.
Why black?
Because I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, and I know how they are.
How are they?
Grimy.
What's one?
Yeah, she been through the ringer.
These women find out eventually. So you know, it's not the best move.
Savage says not all are fit to wield this information. Sun man birth through the moon, female transforms mankind into the animal man depicted as a werewolf. That's deep.
Savric smoking mushrooms this evening.
Yeah,
He's gone to an alternate place with his thinking.
He be deep, man. He be saying some deep shit, man. You gotta
free the mind to understand.
Yeah, free your mind. Yeah. Yeah, he be saying some deep shit. Everybody hit the like button right quick, man. Everybody smash that like button, man. He said, don't you just hate when you have to tell them twice?
Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah, she got a nice body too. She's a nice little girl.
Man, this is just terrible. God.
Hey, man, but look, that's what it is, man. I mean,
yeah,
she'll leave. She won't put up with that. Maybe she might not. Maybe she'll. It's kind of like this. You notice? I don't know if you noticed this. Most white rappers, before it's all said and done with, they become rock stars, or they end up doing rock music or country music. Most of the mainstream white rappers either end up doing country music or rock in their second iteration of their career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they just go back to the base. They
just be a normal white person.
Yeah, exactly. They went through their black phase and now they're being a white person. So like that's what I think.
Machine Gun Kelly, that fat guy, the one who sings
Yeah.
"I'm Really Human."
Yeah, you talking about oh god, I just had his name in my head for Dallas.
He always wears that weird beanie, like in the roll up.
Yeah. God damn, I just had his name in my head.
Post Malone, I think is one.
Yeah, Post Malone. There you go. Yep. But it's like yeah, he came out with Iverson braids, rapping and shit, and gold grills. And now he's like wearing a cowboy hat and fucking flannel shirts and shit, talking about her and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like yeah, you just end up being a regression to the mean. So this girl, like, yeah, a black girl might stay with this guy forever or until he kills her or whatever, right? Whereas a white girl, you know, if he doesn't kill her, she may just start being a white person again.
Yeah, these girls are not like genetically designed to deal with this type of sun man shit.
Oh yeah, this is
that one I just saw it on IG.
These are the age of that kid who's in the video of the Shiloh. This is what that kid that went in Shiloh's bag looked like, at least to me on that video. He wasn't no 5-year-old.
Oh my God.
If the window was cracked, they would be groping them.
100%.
I think it's a mixture of curiosity, but also teenage boys with no sexual control. But I'm just intrigued at what 5 women are doing there. Like no guide, no nothing.
Yeah, these girls are retarded.
So
what, for a mud shark? Or was that not the joke?
Our victims were in a car behind and had no part of apparently the disturbance at all. They were just sitting in a car. They were all from Osceola High School. They were there at the party, at the event, but there's different pieces of information we've received. There was an argument, there was hollering back and forth, and then the first shots we heard sounded like they came from a smaller handgun, and then you heard the loud reports, and that came from the 223. We believe there were at least 3 shooters. We see 380 shells.
And this is common at high school parties in Black America. Very common at high school parties. Very common.
That sheriff's put like so many black people in jail.
You need a Grady judge in every county.
He that one guy pops up in the YouTube algorithm like every fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah. So here's this white woman. This black woman, she says, "Oh, nothing. Just flying with my autistic 3-year-old, listening for any unnecessary huffs and puffs from any adult on this damn plane."
Yeah, we would have had a problem.
So she's actively listening for anybody who shows any signs of, just
hey, could you maybe take after your child?
She needed to have doused him in Calpol before they got on the flight.
Doused him in what?
Calpol. I don't know, Tylenol. I don't know what you call your your children's medicines.
This is like what black people do, though. Like they try to fuck with you so that it starts when you respond. Like this is what they do, especially black women. This is like their job in life.
Yeah, she. Now listen, I know that it's tough raising an autistic child, and I think this child may be really autistic, right? Like he can't go around in anybody's bag because this kid is just like he doesn't have the craftiness to say, "Hey, there's a bag, let me look in it." So he's just doing anything, right? He does anything. He doesn't do things on purpose or intentionally.
Yeah,
he's never,
not like a bad kid. He's just autistic.
Exactly, he's truly autistic.
Yeah.
So,
but don't children do that when they get food and they're happy and they rock?
Oh yeah, but you can tell them. You can tell them to stop.
That there's something extra with him.
Stop's not going to work with this kid. Stop's not going to work with this kid. But here's the thing, and I know she's frustrated by this, and I know this got to suck. You know what I'm saying? This sucks ass, right? It does. I mean, shit. Having a regular kid with behavioral problems sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks ass. This kid, like my daughter, she tell me she loved me, right? She always tell me, "Daddy, I love you." This kid never's gonna say "mommy." This kid can't even talk. He doesn't even know she's there. She doesn't even give me like eye contact from this kid, right? Ever. She just has him because she can't kill him because it's illegal. It would be illegal to leave him in the woods. She would go to jail. So she has to take care of him in America. If this was in 1500s in Africa, she'd have just left him in the woods. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think everywhere, not just Africa.
Right. But I'm saying she's a black woman.
Yeah, no. She's obligated.
Yeah,
to
no, I
care
agree with you. I agree with you on that. Everywhere, 1,500 anywhere. You just leave this kid in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. You don't resources. There's not grocery stores. There's not DoorDash. Everything's hard back then. So you got another person that you got to feed. You wouldn't waste resources feeding this person throughout the course of his life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I get it. I know this sucks, but look at what she does. She she projects it onto everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to use your autistic son as like a sword against white people on a fucking airplane.
Exactly.
Like
we
I mean,
all agree.
This one's probably not even white people, but I've seen parents before when they have, especially a very young, like a 3-month-old, and they're taking them on the plane. They either give their neighbors like sweets, saying like apologies, like it's his first flight. If he cries, we apologize in advance. And I think going there, she should have stood up before the plane took off and said, apologies in advance. He's autistic, especially to the person sitting behind him or in front of him. He may do this with his chair. Please, give grace. And any inconvenience, I apologize again. But as you said, instead she's eyeing them, waiting for them to say something.
No, she's waiting for a huff. She didn't say.
Yeah.
She's waiting for somebody.
Oh, I would have huffed before takeoff, and we would have had an issue.
She's waiting for the minorest sign
she's waiting
of
for someone to breathe.
Yeah, she's waiting for someone to breathe. So she
oh my god, this Negro 5-year-old.
Yeah, she's so it's like and we all you could sympathize with her more, but she's a wholly sympathetic figure, and she's managed to fuck that up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's DNA. Like you can't fucking change that. Like that's it will always be that way.
Shout out to Savage. He says, "Expand your perception." LOL. He think he's talking to Pantheon.
Yeah, no, he responded to me in the chat.
Salute the Mad Peace. He says, "Salute Og Nation." My man, Mad Peace in the building. He says, "I'm on my break at work, getting this Chicago hospital money. Every time I pass a patient room, and I hear them tell the police, I only ask them to leave." I think about that. Oh my god, that's hilarious, man. That is fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, this woman, man. Yeah. There's nothing more to say about that. Let's see. Look, I fucked up. Okay. You know what though? I don't think he fucked up because let me tell you. Remember the plan was to send us back. His plan was to free us and send us back. Remember? That was the next step. So I don't think he fucked up.
Look, the fuck up was bringing you here in the first. That was the fuck up. It's that's a hard game to play, to like literally catch a bunch of Sunmen and like send them back. That's tough. That's pretty tough.
I don't think it was tough because it was still a tiny percentage in the 19th century.
No, but it's just like these motherfuckers will run away from you. Like it's like
shoot on sight. What do I always say? It's like SOS, like shoot on sight.
No. Think about it physically. Gliders don't have fucking drones.
You had horses. You had horse and carriages.
Like they'll run and show the Indians or run to Mexico or some bullshit. That would be cool if we like chased them to Mexico and then built a wall. That'd be pretty cool.
Think about like you weren't cowboys in that time period. You had horses and lassos. Take them to the ship ramp.
I mean, it's crazy to think how different this country would be if something like that was enacted.
Man, jeez. We saw this one. You saw the movie theater one, right?
No, what is this? Just another she-boon? Just flipping out?
You turned up the light down on your phone.
I said, excuse
I said it.
Yes.
He mad. Let me tell you. My phone, my mama texted me. No sound was on.
Okay.
I answered the text. He come out. Excuse me. Can you turn up the light down on your phone?
I said, excuse me.
I said, don't tell me what to do with my phone.
But the thing now is this.
Don't tell me what to do with my phone.
Okay.
These kids think he'll worry about yourself.
But what you're doing here now means you need to leave.
No, I paid to be here. What you mean? What do you mean? I can answer a text on my phone.
You are walking through this whole auditorium, disrupting.
What you mean? He disrupted too. How is it okay for him to tell me to put my phone up?
I will talk to him. What you just
How
did.
is it okay for him to tell me to put my phone up? Y'all gonna refund me my money. Y'all gonna refund me my money. Yes, you is.
He said what you just did. So apparently there was way worse behavior before the camera started rolling.
I will talk to him. What you just
How
did.
is it okay for him to tell me to put my phone up? Y'all gonna refund me my money. Y'all gonna refund me my money. Yes, you is.
That's
What
a
do you mean? He
mistake,
just
though.
disrupted everything.
You need to refund the money.
Yeah, give her her fucking.
You need to refund that money.
He told me to put my phone up. He don't know what's going on. So y'all gonna have to give me my money.
So she got a text. She answered it. I guess
in the film.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if she's saying she just answered one text, that means she just had a text conversation.
Exactly.
So she probably had a text conversation next to this guy. And he's probably like, after a while, because Glider ain't just gonna jump out there with Boom Chica. He's not gonna be like, it's the Glider's probably gonna put up with it for a while, And then when it's just like, hey, could you just turn the like down? Could you turn the brightness down on your phone?
Please, miss, turn off your phone.
Yeah, please just turn the brightness down. And like that's the thing about gliders. They starting to understand that too. Like no matter how much you kiss a son's ass, it's still gonna be the same reaction.
Yeah. It's better to not kiss it in the first place, or go full on like desert demon, like enslave these people. Like going in the middle seems to just make it worse.
Hey, bitch, can you turn your phone off? It's no different than, ma'am, art thou? Please,
Mayest thou turnest off thy phone?
Yeah. No, there's no difference. There's no difference.
There's no difference. None.
Like this is what you'd have to do. You would basically have to implement a policy where every single, not just the blacks, every single fucking person before they enter the theater has to like drop their phone in a bucket. That would be like the only way we could get around it.
Disadvantage everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing about sons. You have to disadvantage everybody.
Yeah, that's the only time I feel like we can make a law where the sons don't complain. Like if you just make the common denominator everyone, then the sons will like begrudgingly accept it.
Yeah. Aldous Orwell says, can 100 snow bunnies defeat one Django in unarmed combat? Pantheon has the answer in her best American accent. What do you think? 100. Now, listen, he said a Django, so he talking about a buck. He talking about like me if I was in shape, right? Somebody like me if I was in shape, like a nice sized guy with, yeah. Could 100 white women beat me? Regular white women, like not like fucking WNBA players, just regular white women? No, I'd knock all of them out if I was in shape. Every last one of them. Because here's the thing. Once I start hitting them, they're not gonna like come at me. Once I hit the first one,
are you called Pantheon Act?
Charge me.
Are you called Pantheon Act?
I just wanted to answer that question. Go ahead.
Okay, let me try. Oh my god, that big black man was so scary. Oh my god.
Go ahead. What do you think? Now, what do you think though? Go ahead. Honestly, what do you think? 100 regular white women, like 5'1" to 5'5" or 5'7", just regular white women.
Yo, that big black man was so scary. Oh my god. I'm lying down. I can't do it properly.
I don't know, man.
I'm not good, Aldous. I can't do accents.
I think you know what I would think. I think I could get tired. Like after I beat up like 30 of them, I would be so tired that maybe the other 70 could probably scratch my eyes out and like, you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
I'd be like
100 is a lot
fucked
of
up.
people.
But what I'm saying is the essence of it is that like the after you turn one of their faces inside out, the next one has to come and run up and subject herself to that. And I don't think people are wired like that. That's why I said with the gorilla thing. Once a gorilla smacks somebody 10 feet in the air, the next guy's like, shh, I'm not running straight towards that.
Yeah, I think this comment presupposes though that they're like hunting you, like they're aware of that it's going to be a fight.
So then you're talking about soldiers.
No, I'm talking about 100 snow bunnies that are prepared for combat.
100 snow bunnies, yeah, they can probably take me. Yeah. I'm just talking about like fucking Kirsten and Jill. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, well, you couldn't even convince 100 snow bunnies at once, just off the.
Yeah, I think 600 women ready for a fight. Yeah, like this that are like soldiers that are like got a game plan, and I'm gonna grab his leg, and I'm gonna grab his left leg, and you pinch his balls, and then you scratch his eyes out. Yeah, but if they're just like a bunch of women in the room and some shit kicked off, like if I was at like a fucking nurses convention, and it was all white women, and some shit kicked off, and I just started, I think I could probably knock out probably 30 of them before I got tired. Salute the that's an interesting question though.
I think it would also depend if the black man had the use of his genitalia or not. Because if he attacked a white woman in that way, then yeah, everyone else would be terrified. But that's going a bit too dark, so yeah.
I think the general consensus for any glider man is like, look, you gotta keep your daughters away from these black people. So yeah, we try to avoid those types of situations.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, I'm not like, because here's the thing, I'm not a gorilla. So all you have to do is have one grab one of my legs, or have like as many of them try to grab my legs, get me off balance, and the rest come and like scratch my eyes out. Now I can't see, and then
with their acrylics, okay.
Yeah, and then it's a wrap. I mean, but if it's just a bunch of women, just like regular women of all ages, white women, like they don't fight.
What about
they
100
don't know about
women
combat.
crying and nagging against one man? Will he be defeated?
No, I think one nagging woman can take out 100 men. That's your superpower. Nagging.
Yeah.
Because they know men hate that shit. If men like nagging, women wouldn't nag. They only nag because they know men hate that shit. And it's like they know how to nag. Like nagging is something that they're born. It's a gene they're born with. They know how to say the right things. They know how to, they know when to nag at the least opportune time. They can sense right when it's just the worst time. And they, you know what I mean? They can, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a superpower.
Hold on. What's the link? Pantheon.
Nagging.
Link?
No, it's the husband calling contest.
You said what? You put the link in the back?
Yeah, it's a husband calling contest. It's really funny.
Oh God! Oh God! Yeah, women are. And here's the thing: when you get married, it's like almost like you've given her a license to nag. You've basically said, "Hey, I hereby swear you have the power to hitherto from this point forward to nag me all the fucking time."
Modern messaging methods like texting and emailing can never compare to good old-fashioned yelling at the husband calling contest.
Judges, are you ready? Okay.
Bob! I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late to the great Iowa State Fair. Bob, hurry! Bob! Robert Dean! That's it. I'm going by myself.
Yep. Yo.
Yeah, this is awful.
If my wife asked me to fix one of the shingles on the roof, if I wasn't on that roof in 5 seconds, she would grab a ladder and start climbing up there. It's like they just so fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying.
I have been here probably 35 to 40 years at Pioneer Hall.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! King! Yoo-hoo! Cuckoo! Cuckoo! The clock says
I have won many times, but lots of times I came in second or third too.
Irving!
Yeah, we're different. We're different species.
Unless you want to make the bed, you better get up like right now. Irving!
Jesus Christ.
It started because I wanted a ribbon. In calling, I've gotten as high as second in husband calling, and then I've gotten way down the food chain too. It just depends on what the judges are looking for, because they basically pick them at random from the audience every year, so you never know what you're going to get.
Would you like to hear me call my husband? What am I supposed to call him? You low down Roger Daryl Eichelberg, you low down stinky, manure covered, farmer tanned. Oh, I'm supposed to call him for dinner. Daryl! Daryl, dinner's ready. Daryl! Daryl, Bobero, Banana, Fana, Fofero, me, my, Momero. Daryl!
It was hard to judge. You have, three things that you have to judge, and your first impression, your last impression, and the presentation. And your first impression just about knocks you out of your seat, and your last impression is kind of the same as your first impression. So I kind of went by, can I understand what they're saying?
Yo, like every old white woman in my town literally looks like these women. They all look like That's crazy. I literally, the lady right across the street from me looks exactly like these two women.
It's like they could
So
either
that way,
be
can I
ex-butch
understand-
lesbians or old married white women.
Oh, man.
Understand what they're saying? How would I know what you want when you're calling me?
Roy? Can you hear me? You get yourself in here right now. Come on. You know you're going to be late again, and you know that I want to get there on time.
See, I want to see sisters. I need the sister version of this. The sister version of this is going to be just like the difference between
Zaitwant.
It's going to be insane, man. I would love to see sisters, man.
Yo, where this nigga at?
Yeah. Like, you busted, you broke ass bitch ass nigga. You ain't got no motherfucking money. It's like oh my god.
It'll be just as callous in the same way everything else is just as callous with how
Give me
sons
the
are.
difference between hip hop and country music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The baseline doesn't change. It's the same for every type of context that you might find a son in.
Right. It'd be the difference between like Caitlin Clark and all the black WNBA players and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, we don't need to see that. We don't need to see that.
Yeah, it'd probably be a fight, like
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, it'll be it'll be some kind of violence in there. Yeah,
But yeah, no, I
this is
thought
too
this was
much.
funny. So 100 of these would destroy a man.
Yeah, no, one of those. Listen, man.
Roy.
Listen, a woman's nagging. That's kind of like this. Like I said, it's this superpower. Like we're physically stronger, we can kick your asses, but y'all can psychologically break us down. Y'all can kick our brains asses, and our pride, and our sense of self, and our egos asses, and we can physically fuck you up. That's the trade-off. Press one. And on that note, man, any final thoughts?
Salute to the nation.
Yes. Good show as always. Have a good Saturday, everyone.
Same black channel. I'm out of here. Subscribe.